That's just going to be the intro sound of videos from now on. Lum Lum's jet engine roaring in the background a little bit.
It's not a jet engine, it's my goddamn AC. I'm sorry you don't have one, Arch.
Points directly towards the microphone. Roar, little jet engine, roar.
It's not a jet engine, it's my AC. It keeps me cool, unlike you, Arch. You're dying of heat.
Pretty close, pretty close. Oh well, my nose is stuffy because I think I've either picked up an allergy or managed to somehow get myself a summer cold by sleeping with a fan blasting my body with cold air. And I'm dying of heat. I'm at about 52% mental capacity, but I tend to hold my opponents in extremely low regard, so I'm sure that'll suffice.
It's okay. You hardly need to have much mental capacity when it comes to watching this video. It's like, okay, this dude is just giving every single former Marines member a bad rap. Like, it's bad.
Well, we are just going to Ethan Klein this one then.
Okay.
And start it from the beginning. An hour. Oh, God help me. Right, well, is there a way to speed this up? I feel like it might be a good idea to speed this up. 125 at least. I don't actually know anything about this guy. He seems to be some random nobody who, I guess, thinks my name is worth easy views, which is nice, I guess.
You should probably delete that stream on on Twitter, because it looks like you're restreaming to Twitter. I was wondering why you were.
Oh, the other one? The old one?
The subscriber stream that you did?
Yeah, I'll remove that one, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Restream's been temperamental as of late.
That's why you switch the on button off.
I know, I thought I did, but such is life, Lum Lum. Sometimes life just doesn't respond to how you think it works. Enough procrastinating. The heretic navy rules the sea, the setting says, even as the heretics command. God, this is going to be me on high speed too. Right, well, brace yourself. No visible stretch of coastline capable of supporting the construction of capital naval vessels that would sit within easy range of Christian air forces, and building a dreadnought is hard enough in and of itself. Okay, so we're talking about Trench Crusade, are we? Okay, that's my favorite new chewing toy. What is a treat meter?
I think it's because his other camera, it is supposed to show where his pet rabbit is. So, yeah.
Pet rabbit?
You see where it says bunny cam?
Oh, no.
It's on the top left-hand corner next to the chat. But I'm guessing that's his dono meter, where if it gets filled up, then he finally feeds his rabbit.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's my educated guess here. But just imagine, your rabbit's food schedule is based off of how much money you made on your stream.
Well, I mean, if the bitch-ass thing doesn't, pay for itself, then you don't feed it. It makes sense to me. Building one whilst getting pounded by jet.
You're a fucking loser, dude. You're a fucking loser for saying that. For saying that. For saying that, you're a loser. Raw. You're a fucking loser. Like, fuck you, nerd. What the fuck?
That was the hook? Wait, what? What was the argument?
I don't know. You were speaking too fast for me to understand.
Okay. So he is objecting to the idea that the heretics don't have a coastline capable of supporting the production of major capital vessels because it's within easy range of Christian bombers. And his response is, Okay. Well, I mean, starting with ad hominems is always a good beginning to open a discussion, so I'm sure this will be constructive.
Archcast is a guy on the internet. Archcast is a guy on the internet.
What?
I think he's trying to roll his R's unsuccessfully. It sounds like he's trying to hawk up some phlegm out of his throat than try to roll his R's.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds more like he's trying to make himself vomit than roll his R's. Huh.
He's Norwegian.
To be fair, that is kind of funny.
And acts as though he is made of the British royalty.
He sounds like a bulimic chick I knew in high school.
British royalty. Oh, I've been accused of worse things, I suppose, but honestly, I don't even have that much of a posh accent. This is just English.
It's just
Mostly
how
so,
you
but-
talk. It's like what I concluded with his mindset on how you speak is that he just assumes everyone should be speaking American English.
Ah.
Yes.
Well, fair enough, I guess. We have, okay, so we've started with one ad hominem, and hey, he speaks funny. Well, we've set the bar pretty high. See, this is why you should never go into videos like these without pre-screening them, because you never know the kind of mental titan that you might be sat up opposite.
Mental
So
state.
glad I practiced
Okay.
so I could do that.
You practiced?
Yes, he practiced off screen because he wanted to do the phlegm rolling gesture right.
Well, you didn't do a very good job of the R rolling, then. I mean, even I can't force it half the time. It's like, you know, and not... It's not that hard. You just vibrate your tongue.
He's trying to roll his R's from his throat, not his tongue, though.
Yeah, no, it doesn't come from the throat. It's a tongue thing.
He sounds like a chronic smoker, and also he was in the Marines, so the smoking part kind of makes sense. So
Ah, a crayon craver.
yes,
There's a guy on the internet. I've tried to watch exactly one of his videos before, and it sucked.
That reminded me of Spoonie. God, I miss Spoonie.
It was boring as fuck. I think it was about female custodes.
Custodes? Custodes. You watch one of my
Archie,
videos on the Custodes.
Archie, you will learn in this video. He just flat out admits he doesn't play like any tabletop. He doesn't give a shit. He calls minis just expensive toys.
But I thought I was supposed to be the fandom parasite. You know, I don't think you did watch a video of mine then, because I don't think I've ever called them custodes, because they're custodies, as in custodians, as in caretakers. It's one of GW's many very subtle hints to what they do.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah.
Back in the day? A female custodies was like 6 months ago. The crayons are hitting, my dude. Lay off. They're overwhelming your brain. I'm speaking up before I get lost. Exgraver becomes a member. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, and welcome. Dark Innovator, hey Lord, tried to tell you you're on the subscriber team, but you're also streaming it live to Twitter. Yes, I've realized that now. Such is reality. Roblake623, just perusing Westside Tyler's most popular videos, he seems to have a hate boner for Shad diversity. Also, if he's a Marine, give him crayon stat. I don't get why people hate Shad diversity. I know he is quite antagonistic on the AI thing, but he's like the biggest, softest, fluffiest dude ever. I don't see how you could hate him.
Oh my god. It's like I was looking through some of his videos, and yeah, the hate boner for Shad is amazing. Hell, he even has Shad in his thumbnail on his channel.
Damn. Okay. So, Lexon, why is Yes Man not a faction option for Fallout New Vegas? Because I figured it wouldn't be popular.
Arch.
You can.
Heresy's the
Hang on.
question. Fire is the answer.
Buckymus says, to be fair, he sounds just like Arch. Can't tell the difference. Tell Arch to roll his R's harder.
See, I don't do it on purpose. It's literally just a thing I do. Sandu, wonder if Arch will get as mad. House playthrough. Other cam is for him to be a bunny and get treats. You know, see, that's what I was wondering, because treat cam, like treat meter, right? So treat doesn't mean like dog biscuit. Treat means as in how you treat someone. We say treats to mean treat, like the dog biscuit. I think this is one of those interesting little English things where they both, in essence, mean the same thing. So I was wondering if this was either how he wished to be treated, as in there was some sort of electronic ball torture device behind him somewhere, or if he was going to be given snacks. Either one could be equally true these days. And Apollyon Kurs for $10. Thank you very much, sir. Hail Art and Footfish, my friend saw where the Trench Crusade devs threw out there being any set canon, and so challenged me to write a harem fic in setting. Any suggestions? Also NTR. Well, literally, seeing as you know the canon lore as well as the developers and the creators know the canon lore, you could easily write Jesus' harem of 72 virgins that descends from the heavens to defeat the evil heretics. You could do that. What else could we do? Obviously, the Iron Sultanate is no doubt going to have sizable battle harems. Demonic harems are too passé these days. It's too hentai. It's not even avant-garde anymore, so I'd go with Jesus' 72 virgin wives, all of them named Maria. Yes, I like that. Oh, God. All right, less procrastinating. This is going to take a while.
And like I said, I'm trying to look into more of these fucking EFAP adjacent, whatever the fuck, these right-wing grift holes.
EFAP? Oh, you really do not know me, but okay.
Wait, the guy whose political opinions are roughly equivalent to the smell in the back of the Magic the Gathering shop if you don't have a fucking hygiene code spray painted down the front of the door. These kind of individuals, I'm looking into them more often. And so this guy says, Trench Crusade is a fake and exploitative, grimdark lie.
Huh?
Okay. Which?
Initial reaction, confused coughing.
Don't worry, he coughs for about like 5 more minutes. He doesn't edit it out or anything. He just gets to listen to this man fucking hawk up his entire soul.
Jesus, are you okay? I mean, 5 minutes of coughing is usually indicative of something, unless you've recently eaten fatty food, I guess.
I gotta say, I don't know what happens to kids in school in Norway.
Alternatively, okay, so this is one of those things. When I have to do like multiple retakes of a video, when something is funny, my like esophagus begins to like cramp if you're laughing at a thing, and then you begin to cough. So he might just be forcing himself to laugh, I guess, like he's fake laughing. Maybe.
Well, this was also live as well, because obviously you can see the chat rolling along.
Oh, yeah.
So this could just be directly cut. Well, obviously this is directly cut. He probably didn't do any type of edits whatsoever. And also the people in his chat are just as retarded as he is.
But if this guy ever, if you talk like this in high school and you got swirly, I just got to say, Arch, you probably had it coming.
Listen, you speak in a way I can't understand. I wanted to launch into, like, you do understand that people in other nations don't speak like you, but no, I'm not going to get there. If I start nitpicking everything, we'll be here till tomorrow.
Oh my God. Smoker's cough, I've been working out. Arch Warhammer, baby.
On the bright side, thank you for calling me Arch Warhammer, I guess. So at least he's against copyright abuse, or trademark in that case, but cheers.
Trench Crusade is a cool looking, I think it's a minifigs game. I can't remember.
Wait, hold on. You're critiquing a video on my Trench Crusade. You have no idea. Wait, no. No. I can't Fuck me. Okay. Right. Very well.
I was just so enamored with the art when I saw it on Instagram that I talked about that. I have no idea how it works, and if it doesn't turn into a video game that I can play, I'll never play it. I buy tools.
Yeah, no, you are exactly the target market for Trench Crusade. a vapid idiot who doesn't actually want anything to do with the actual setting. You don't want lore, story, or something to make sense. You see a pretty picture. You see sparkle. Somebody dangles the chains in front of your face, and you go, oh.
Yeah.
You are precisely the target audience.
It's like he's definitely in that target large normie audience that they want, to where I think Trench Crusade does want to get popular enough so then they can just hard focus on video games, because that's where most of the money is video games, because they already isolated themselves from the minifig community, at least the ones that actually care and have money. So I don't know.
Yeah, the wider audience personified.
My personal hobby when it comes to crafting is pretty much all home stuff related. So I buy tools. I don't know what the fuck I breathed in. Hold on.
Are you okay? Okay, like that's nice. You know, handyman, self-fixer attitude, always fun. It's fun tinkering with things.
God damn it. Did I fucking, if you guys rewind it, did I inhale a fly or something? That happened, that came out of nowhere. God damn it, I'm so sorry. Let me just even start that over. I don't know. I'm gonna have to fucking cancel the goddamn. Oh, it's because I was doing the R rolling. Oh, FedEx guy's here. Hide from the FedEx.
How long does this continue? Can we... This is why you pre-screen stuff.
Oh no, I watched the first 15 minutes of it. It's like you just need to grit your teeth and bear it, because he throws more insults at you. He tries to say that your fancy words are just a cover to be racist and shit like that. So grit your teeth, bear it, and listen.
Very well.
Hide from him. So that he does not knock on my window.
Hello,
He's giving
Kick.
me a fucking memory card. My CFA Express Type B 512 gigabyte memory card for my Blackmagic Pro 6K.
Oh, he did says he was rolling his ass. That was what he was trying to do. Yes, no, sir, tongue, not throat. Man, this guy's girlfriend must be very, very displeased with his performance orally.
It was the rolling the R's, that's what did it. Oh my god. Arch Warhammer versus Trench Crusade.
Yeah, you see how your tongue is at the front of your mouth there? That's not how you roll the R's. It's tongue, not throat. Although if he's in the Marines, he might have a lot of experience with the throat, so...
No, that's the Navy, not the Marines.
Ah, good point. Lucian the Witch, okay, here it comes. He's going to divert to nothing but insults. Be prepared to be swayed by this somehow. I am prepared, brother. I am ready. I am ready for the arguments. Please be Titan. This guy wishes for room temperature IQ in Celsius. And Norse, this Muppet is insufferable. Curse you, Footfish. Listen, he's just getting settled. I'm sure it'll get better.
Trench Crusade looked cool as shit, and that's everything I know about it. Is it looked cool? That's it. And I wanted to see more of the art. This is probably about a year or so ago, but now Archcast has come out with this video, and apparently Trench Crusade is a fake and exploitative Grimdark lie.
Yes. Now, I'm very interested in hearing how you're going to be disputing that fact, seeing as you yourself, self-admittedly, don't know a damn thing about it. Feels, I guess.
I don't know what the fuck he's going to say to justify exploitative. I also don't know if I'll be able to watch all 30 minutes of this, because this guy is, and I really can't hit it hard enough, boring as fuck.
Well, it's... Okay, well, let me give you the Cliff's Notes then. It's exploitative because it's aimed explicitly at people like you. It's not aimed at people who want a deep or interesting lore experience or a deep and interesting tabletop experience with a lot of backstory. It's simply a slapped together random-ass setting created by concept artists rather than actual designers. And this is, in turn, what weakens the rhetorical argument of Trench Crusade, as it focuses... Not even almost, it focuses exclusively on the pathos, leaving the ethos and the logos completely untouched. That's why it's exploitative, because the only way they could conceivably do this is if they specifically intend to break into the midwit market by showing you a picture of a fly and then making you feel clever for deducing that that's a plague demon. This, admittedly, somewhat...
God, that voice, that delivery is fucking nuts, man. I don't know why he talks like that.
Because I learned English from the television. Basically. I was fluent in English before I started school, and I'm very happy that I did, because my English teachers were shit.
I blame Norway.
Me too. Norwegian television in this case, because all we got was like reruns of old British shit.
People be like, wow, America sucks. Something, public education. Am I crazy, or do you see it too? You pinned your own comment to the top. Man, this video must go hard if you have a room temp IQ. Okay, I gotta get it.
Agonistically titled video is the result of a long-term niggling little thought.
Oh, yeah, that's just a word. That's a word everybody learns in Norway. Niggling little thought. Yeah. It's what next.
Yeah, as in insistent.
He gets stuck on this one word for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, like a niggling thought is that feel in your subconsciousness where you're like, something's wrong here. And it's not like a big thing. It's not something that leaps out of you. It's not a massive thing. It's just one of those little things. A minor annoyance that then just kind of doesn't want to go away. That's a niggling thought. Oh, wait, are we? Wait, is he going to call me a racist?
It's going exactly where you think it's going to go, Arch.
I never even thought about that. I should use it more. Shit. I mean, I use niggardly because of that, because that sounds funny, which means, greedy and tight-fisted, but I never thought niggling.
Arch, and anything that has N-I-G-G in its word, everyone's going to think it's racist because they think, oh, they really want to say the N-word.
I see. I have a racist word for black person thought. That's... I mean, if you twist it enough, I guess that kind of makes sense. And you were complaining about the Norwegian education system. I mean, if you're not taught that there exists words out there that not only predates the N-word, but actually have no connection to the N-word whatsoever. Yes, the American public education system does indeed apparently need a little bit of overhaul.
If I hear someone being a little spendthrift, and we use the ardly word as well...
Ah, there we go. Niggardly, yes. Now, that word I use because it's funny, because that one does actually sound a little bit like it. Now, YouTube's algorithm has never reacted to that one, ever. Like, YouTube's bots are pretty good on it, but that one I do use because it's funny. I just wasn't aware that, the other one was triggering the Americans.
Fucking, all the cleverness of the caught cat. Let's see.
Back of my mind, a disquiet that at the time I was not quite able to formulate into words. Not until recently, at least. And it stems from Trench Crusade. And the nature of...
What does niggling mean? It's like, like irritating. That's it. Like a gnat creeping around your ear.
Yes, but well, you nailed it there. Like a gnat creeping around your ear. Correct. But it's a much faster, easier way to say it. Because that's what's niggling mean. It doesn't mean just annoying. It's annoying in a specific way. Like, it's something frustrating. So, again, you are conveying the meaning of the word via a single word instead of a sentence. Again, if you had an education system, you would know this.
Right? Would be, like, give you that, like, a little, like, in the back of your head. But...
That's why I used it. Instead of spending 10 seconds explaining, I just used the word. Bless you.
It's not a great word. It's rare. It's esoteric.
It's not esoteric. Niggling. Everybody knows what niggling means. Surely he knows what niggling means. If that doesn't prove my point, I don't fucking know what does.
It's because he looked it up after he heard the video for the first time.
I hope not.
Like, there's a lot of ways to talk around it, but if you just hop straight into it, that's okay. Yeah. I've been casting this idea in the back of my head. I've had this like recurring thought, you know, I keep going back to this one idea I have, that kind of thing. Like,
Yes, you could use more words to explain, but you could also just use one. Correct.
there's this one little fact. Everything that fucking Matlock.
Matlock? How are we being... Never... Okay, no. Stop pausing.
Is it Matlock? This is Matlock. Yeah. No. Not Matlock. Columbo. Every time Columbo does... One more thing. Now, one little detail. Everything that he says instead of niggling is a replacement for that word. Everything that Matlock, God damn it, Columbo has ever said, when he does that, hold on, is a replacement for that word. So using it raw is crazy. You have to be really well read to run across it, or racist. There's
gotta be well read or racist. Gee. You ignorant.
Listen, you gotta be really well read to be racist like this. You gotta be smart to be racist like this. This ain't like no garden variety American racism. You must understand, this requires an education. That's a fantastic idea. Oh, that's good. Mechanics on duty. This is solid proof that Lumi is evil. True.
Oh, I am not.
And Argray too. Hi team. Arch, your support stream is under the name of this stream, and Kick is not streaming. Live this reaction 1. Alien Isolation. It should be. Yeah, we're live on Kick right now. Yeah. I mean, I even click. Yeah, no, it's streaming on Kick. Yeah.
Is it the right title?
Yep.
Okay. I think you might have been talking about your Oopsie Daisies restream to Twitter earlier.
Probably. I also just add that to House and Curry as well whilst we're here. To House and to Curry.
There's no cutting the two. It doesn't come up. First off, because of how it sounds. You're gonna get if you said if you go into the fucking grocery store
and start coughing all over people, they will give you weird eyes. Yes, it's true.
And you're at the fucking checkout counter and you're like, I have just like a niggling feeling that I forgot something. People are gonna go, what the fuck did you just say? Like the checkout person is gonna go like, bro, you can't say that here.
I don't believe all Americans are as retarded as you.
Depending on the city that you go to.
Like I would think that the accent would give me away as not American and therefore not as, sensitive to your own cultural crimes, but yeah.
God damn it, that killed me.
Drink something. God help me.
And it's like Columbo. How about I had to remember how to say Columbo's name, and the way to do it in my mind, the connection was Card Lumbo. But yeah, only racist and extremely well-read people come across that word. It is.
Yep. Only extremely well-read racists.
Not common. Unless you're hanging out around racists. Like, if you hear it, you should be like, wait, what the fuck? Unless it's like way back in the day.
But okay, like, let's why am I even entertaining this? All right, let's assume niggling is a racist word. You're either saying that the Ku Klux Klan is extraordinarily well-read, because that's the only way you can come across this, or they're using it as some form of in-joke. Do you think that racists are afraid of dropping the N-bomb? Like, amongst each other?
It's so stupid because, like, An old friend of mine in middle school, her parents were like actual neo-Nazis and shit. They never used that word fucking once. They just used the hard R.
Yeah, I would imagine if you. It's just. The reason I don't use it because I'm YouTube.
Yeah, he has to stay within TOS.
Well, I've learned something new today, at least. Niggling. It annoys Americans.
But I have read, founding documents from the documents from the founding fathers of America. 16th, 13th century prose poetry. I've read stuff from ancient Greece and Rome. I read the whole Cato thing from Cato the Elder that I used to have sitting around on a shelf.
Please explain to me your thought process of going, did the Romans use the word niggling a lot? And were the Romans racist for using it?
Read a bunch of Nietzsche, whatever the fuck, however you're supposed to say that stupid fucking name.
Nietzsche? He also probably wouldn't be the guy to use it. He's German, in case you're wondering.
I've never introduced myself to the guy, so the pronunciation kind of escapes me. Read a little bit of the Communist Manifesto, a shitload of fiction.
Oh, I can fucking believe you've read the Communist Manifesto.
I mean, this guy is primarily active on Blue Sky now, so yeah, no, it makes sense.
Shitloads of fiction, and it almost never comes up. I can't remember where I've seen it. I remember looking it up more than I remember coming across it in a book. Do you know what I mean? Where I'm like, what the fuck? That's crazy. It's that one, and another word, which I'm gonna say, okay, and it's not a racist word, but it fucking, I think it is, and it's niggardly.
Yes. It means tight-fisted or cheapskate.
And it's not whatever, but I feel like it is. And that word only came up because there was a guy who was a judge, and everybody's like, why is everyone mad at me? And they're like, why is the word for being selfish that word? And why haven't we heard anyone ever say it before you? And you're like, well, look it up. It's in the dictionary. And it's like, but why did you use it? You knew I'd have to look it up. Why would you use that? Those are two words that if you hear them, you can give the person the because they're it's trying to get away with it. It really is. They don't come up. That's probably the first time you've ever heard someone use that word, and it does sound like that. It's not a good word. It's a bad word. A very bad word.
Like, I'll point out that the origins, because now I'm intrigued too, so I looked it up. The origins of this word, it comes from a word from Old Norse, meaning stingy. That sounds like niggle. Like, this word actually predates our common knowledge of black people, and yet the Americans have managed to turn it racial. The Americans' ability to turn everything into a racial insult is fucking fantastic.
It's not all Americans, it's just this retard.
That's true. You have to have read the Communist Manifesto to think like this.
You don't use it. Not in like it's like a bad word, like it's a curse. It's a bad word. Is like just say like spendthrift.
Yeah, that's a common word too. I mean, at that point, just use greedy or something.
Right? Selfish, self-absorbed.
Self-absorbed and niggardly isn't the same thing. Like, tight-fisted. It's about money, specifically.
Cheap.
Cheap's a good word. Yeah, cheap could work.
It's one of those things where it's a negative connotation word where the...
But it has a negative connotation in your mind because you're hypersensitive to race, in all due likelihood because you are far more likely to have owned slaves than I am. I'm a fucking Norwegian.
The amount of synonyms at your disposal to use something else is insane. So like when these two come up, I really want to hammer this home.
I can tell.
If it's not someone that you're like, wow, this guy is like definitely really well read, and using that in the only possible context ever, they are trying to get away with it. Just know that. They're trying to get away with it.
What am I trying? Oh, God, no, I need to not get obsessed with this. Like, the guy himself goes like, it's not actually a bad word, but I kind of feel like it's a bad word, and therefore the only way anyone could possibly use it is if they're trying to surreptitiously, that's not the bad word, I'm sorry, secretively get away with saying the N-word.
You know, you just need to, you know, here's a good idea. You need to make 2 versions of your videos. One where you're just you, the other one where you have to dial it down to retard speak. Use simple words.
Okay, the American edition.
Yes.
Like, holy fuck.
Grim dark. We're 25 seconds in. A setting and style many of us deeply adore, and how it can be cynically abused by people who don't really care for it. Yeah, kind of like a person who says that he knows nothing about Trench Crusade or models or miniature games in general, making a video about that. Sometimes I feel prophetic.
Tyler, you're supposed to go to the special DMV for an N-word pass before saying that. You don't need it. That's the point. You don't need it because it's spelled differently. It's a weird word, but you shouldn't use it. And anyone who does, you're like, where the fuck did that come from?
I need to let this go, but the man has no objections to the word. He says himself, there's nothing wrong with the word. It's just, I am so racist that I can't help but think of racist things whenever I hear an English word that predates the founding of my nation. This says a lot more about you than me.
That's the one thing, okay? That's the closest I'll get to a fucking card posting shibboleth or dog whistle, right?
Shibboleth. Oh, now there's a nice one. So, shibboleth, of course, is a touchstone for something, right? It is a phrasing or something like that is connected deeply with a certain idea, ideology, meaning, and so on. So, niggardly is unacceptable because that's a very specific word, and you could use other words, but shibboleth we're allowed to get away with. This, again, because he isn't objecting to the complexity or the rarity of the word, his American brain is just so hardwired into racism that he can't think of anything beyond racism. Okay, letting it go.
Is that word. That's like old school slip it in. Because you can, the thing is it's not the word. It just has all of the phonetic parts of it inside of it. So you can say it, get away with it, and when you do say it, you can see who does and doesn't flinch. And then you know who might be cool. Someone go like, hey, what was that? Same with the word he used. Like, every time I hear him, I had to hit the whole fucking brakes on the segment. Whole brakes on the segment. Every time I hear one of those, it's like, okay, no. Before you turn the first time I've heard that word, and the second time was in the article you were just referencing. Yeah, like, but then it's rare as fuck. And everybody that's well read is like, I'm not gonna, no, obviously not. And then like, if you get into like racist circles or like fucking even abrupt,
yes, the well-read circles,
all the time. I just have a certain little idling feeling, you know.
Wait. How do you know what the racists sound like?
It's because he's in the Marines. He was surrounded by them.
He was talking a lot about bullying earlier.
I have
Marines. Leaves the Marines, becomes a communist, starts reading Communist Manifesto. Sees race everywhere. No, I'm not gonna go there. No, yet.
I don't know. This guy's just a little urtedly, right? He just has an urtedly way about him. I don't know what it is. And you're like, what in the fuck? I just saw that. You're trying to get away with it. I know what trying to get away with it looks. You're trying to get away with it. You're trying to say it for saying its sake. You're trying to say it for saying its sake. And I always want to point that out, right? Point it out like a motherfucker.
Beyond an aesthetic used to garner attention, that is. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's set the stage here, as I need to lay out some data points to support my final conclusion that Trench Crusade is lazy and exploitative grim dark. Beginning, of course, with Trench Crusade itself, a fascinating tale of a little-known tabletop game that gained what prominence it did primarily from the eye-catching art of its lead artist, Mike Francina, or lead artist Also, chat, I'm pretty sure when he said eardedly, I think he meant erudite. I believe. Is that even the correct term for the man who created all of the art and then the setting was created retroactively? To use the art? I don't even know. But it features such things as sexy warrior women in form-fitting armor and disturbing look.
Okay, what was our time on the clock? Minute 36, possible dog whistle, and for sure gooner shit.
Gooner
Possible
shit?
dog whistle?
Like, okay, no. Fuck. Now we're getting to the V
whistle?
thing, right? Where V was talking yesterday about leftists seeing a woman and going like, "Ugh, it's a woman. I get uncomfortable around women. God. Oh, God, I can see breasts. Oh, my leftism is acting up. Did you jerk off to that, bro? Like, that's a woman in armor. I don't even know. The meaning of the word gooner has taken on so many fucking different connotations at this point. It's reached the level of Nazi when it comes to actual meaning. Not to mention, this is Trench Crusade, the game you said, oh my god, this art is cool. Gooner?
We got some for sure gooner shit here. I know it's the official artwork, but it's the sexy women in form-fitting armor.
Monsters stalking a blasted World War I style battle.
It's the first image I ever saw. And I was like, I'm
images
down.
of heavy metal covers, all badass imagery and dark vibes.
Hey,
Which
hey,
was then
hey, hey.
A bit of Great War style.
What? Huh?
I'm not sure.
I don't, was he having an
started-
episode?
I don't know. Was he objecting to the Slayer cover?
I don't know, is Slayer suddenly racist?
Fuck if I know. Mr. Frenzy, I can feel my IQ dropping from just listening to this gobshit waffle. Entirely normal. Why would you make poor Arch watch this, Lum Lum? Listen.
You know, I would much rather be watching Major Kill right now than this man.
It's good. Lum Lum is doing me a service, because if Lum Lum wasn't here, I would just ignore this shit just as hard as the rest of you. But now, I get the opportunity to defend myself. Although, I don't know if this is defending myself. It feels a little bit like running over a deer in the forest and then going like, he was coming right at me!
I mean, hey, it's better to react to this and now and call this man a fucking retard loser. Like 6 days after he posts this video rather than waiting 3 years.
That's true. Alex Anderson, I'm pretty sure there's already a Trench Crusade video game, Trench Tales. The trailer came out last year, I think. Trench Tales? Wasn't that the,
Trench Tales has a demo out right now, actually.
Wasn't that like the horror game or something?
I think it's supposed to be like a World War I horror game.
Yeah. Like, it's not actually a Trench Crusade property, I'm pretty sure, but
No,
it is
it's
World
not
War
a
I.
Trench Crusade property, but it's kind of like it.
Reverend Norse, how the fuck can he complain about anyone else's education? Well, he read the Communist Manifesto, so he's pretty well read. Lagbed, his greatest big insult, he knows the English language. And since yes man isn't an option, NCR. Keegan Penix 9483, Lumi, your art style. It scares me. Me too. The DCV Titan. Wait, so if his argument is that you have to be intelligent to be a racist, then does this accurately explain him and the left? Listen, I'm not making that claim. He is. Mechanics on duty. Arch, you don't appear to be streaming to Rumble. Rumble probably dorked itself. Rumble does that. Wolfenbach, funny part, when I came across the word niggling was from Blood Bowl, of all places. Niggling injury. Ah, that's right. Gorbs, as a retail worker in the UK, if someone said they have a niggling suspicion they've forgotten something, I'd ask if they want to go find it. Like a normal person. Skrbinski, no marble stream, why do you compel me to use YouTube? Because your name is weird.
Also, you're not streaming to Rumble, so.
Gundam Chief. I don't need to watch his video because his comment section was just chock full of emotional and delusional morons. Just blocked and move on. Zedekai, I doubt this guy has even read Dick and Jane. Maxro, RE2 Vietnam. You could use the word jiggle in chat, which was useful wanting to spawn on top of squad leader hiding in a corner and needed them to move. Steve Yim. How many times did this guy's mom F her brother to spawn this degen? We don't know.
Can I sell your feet?
Mark 996. Arch, you gotta remember too many you are the bad guys. Literally worse than Hitler. I mean, yes. Seth Rex 4600. I was in the Navy and I had to work close with the Marines. This man had no friends in his branch of service, I assure you. Yeah, the Marines don't strike me as the place where the people who read the Communist Manifesto are the most welcome. Van Garath, I think that despite winning the war, Americans still feel inferior towards the British, and here we have a prime example. Well, hatred of the Anglo was actually quite common in America in like the 30s and 20s and so on, for dragging them into World War I, which upset a lot of people. Nikari, man, Swedish here. Niggling is fucking common English, not common American. Gah! And that Medemon Hail Fandom Parasite and Niggling Fish. See, him being upset about it makes it funny now. For a very, very intriguing and flavorful picture. And as more details emerge, that this would be the forces of hell and heaven waging war upon one another with Earth as the field of combat, and that they were Crusader knights fighting on the walls of New Antioch against demon hordes. Oh, well, hell yes! It all sounded like we were getting a World War I-II style 40k game with massive Deus Vult vibes. And the timing for all of this could not have been better, as the big bully boy at Tabletop School, Games Workshop, had recently just pissed off a huge number of his own players with the bombshell declaration that not only...
This is it. That was at 1.25 and I've just updated it to 1.5. Why does this guy talk so fucking slow?
were female custodians a thing, but that they had always been a thing. Despite, of course, up until that point, there never having been a female custodian.
Goddamn, it's the same fucking video I saw the first time I tried to watch his asshole on the same subject. They're playing the fucking hits, bro.
This was founded in nothing. And the Adeptus Custodians themselves, of course, are basically just bigger and better version of the Space Marines, whom themselves have always been stated in black and white to be only male, for in fact to be a little impossibility for them to be female. And so, with a strangely subdued declaration... This is very fast, Arch, but I'm hoping it'll speed things along. Tucked away in a few lines, short lore blurb, GW had upended decades of lore, and with it, undermined key assumptions that lay at the very fundament of the setting's single most popular faction. Not to even mention the countless knock-on implications this would have, and the worst thing of all was the gaslighting.
No, you're a fucking pussy, dude. I gotta say, you're just fucking lame.
Convincing argumentation. Very okay. Yep. Strong start. How are you going to follow up the ad hominem?
These are toys. Let me I just gotta hammer this home first.
The I don't care about your thing, therefore you're silly for caring about it argument. You are a titan, an intellectual titan amongst men, my friend.
These are fucking
I don't
really,
know how
really,
you're
really
surviving against this, Arch.
Overpriced toys to play a game with. Insanely...
Sir, right behind you, hanging on the wall, promptly presented as decor, as items you are proud of, you have two, I presume, fancy guitars. What is that? But an expensive toy that you own. So, oh, but that's different. Yes, because you like that thing. And you will defend that thing. Oh, but this is artistic. It's just like music and stuff. Yes, you have imbued those items with a great deal of value. I imbue Warhammer 40k with a great deal of value. Meanwhile, I consider your guitars to be the purest waste of fucking time humanly imaginable. You, a grown-ass man sitting alone in your home, stringing a few strings together, is utterly pointless. You achieve nothing. You will never be a professional musician. So you'll probably never even reach the ranks of a middling musician. Smash those to pieces and go get some Warhammer. At least then you'll learn English.
Insanely overpriced toys. A lot of times...
Wanna know what would be worse? If you didn't even play the guitars and they were just there to hang up and just do nothing with. Just to collect dust.
That would be worse, but I'm hoping not.
Used to look like shit. Sold by one of the most exploitative companies in the history of fucking mankind. I swear to God. And they have changed the lore. I know this from every person I've ever talked to about this shit. They have changed the lore at the drop of a fucking hat anytime they could sell something.
Well, they haven't. See, again, this is the problem with you entering into this discussion and having no fucking clue what you're talking about. The lore of 40k remained virtually unchanging, damn near perfectly consistent for a period of, I think, was it 20 to 25 years. It remained virtually unchanged. And the only change that they did make of any sizable significance, like rebooting the Necrons, for example, were not only agreed upon by the majority of the community, but viewed as desperately needed because the Necrons in their original form were boring as hell. They were terrible. They had virtually no fluff, and the entire backstory of just being slaves for Catans, which you knew nothing about, didn't really tickle anybody's pickle. But again, that's the problem with tourists.
Because they want to sell shit. It's a fucking commodity toy product, not the Bible. And literally, you can ignore it. You could just not care. Also, this is not Trench Crusade. I know we're getting into that eventually, but I gotta really hammer it home. It's a nothing burger. If you are not a slave to the rule book that gets put in front of you, none of that shit matters. As far as I know, lore and like whether or not the fucking Custodes has boobies underneath its fucking 700 pounds of fucking nuclear powered fucking armor, I think you still get the same amount of points for a patrol, and they're still worth the same amount of points, like as a unit, right? Like, am I crazy?
No, because there are no female Custodes models. So if you brought a female Custodes model, according to Games Workshop official tournament rules, incidentally, that will be an illegal model because it's not one of their models. But again, the entire argumentation of, well, this doesn't matter to me, it's not even one worth arguing against beyond what I've already done.
Or is it like, oh shit, she got titty now? Fucking plus 30 points. Like, you get a plus 30, you get DEI. Do you get DEI points for the female Custodes that makes it unfair, right?
Yes. They cost plus 30 points, making the model more expensive, but equally shit. Ken, this is the problem when you speak as if you're an authoritative on a topic that you not only have no interest of, but you know nothing of. God, and I remind you as well, this video of his is titled that Arch Warhammer is the fandom parasite. Irony is apparently another word that does not belong in this man's dictionary.
It's like this dude is fucking pathetic because the way that he says, like, oh, just stop caring. It's like, okay. It's like with me and my never-ending huffing of copium when it comes to anything new Bloodborne related. I still care about Bloodborne a lot. It's still one of my favorite games of all time. And people say, it's never going to happen. Stop caring. I don't care. This is my favorite thing. It's like, you just can't tell people to stop caring about something that they love.
No, and you have to be the most self-important form of prick to insert yourself into somebody else's hobby and go, listen, this isn't very important to me, and so it shouldn't be important to you. God fucking damn it, my dude.
Oh no! No, my DI points for my female custodes. Those are R's. Where are the R's at? For my female custodes. Now my patrol gets another 30 points because she's a powerful lady.
Yeah, it's more expensive with the same stats.
Like, that doesn't fucking happen. It's like a lore consideration, but it's all numbers. It's meaningless numbers when you're playing the game against somebody.
And that's it, like, that lore doesn't matter. Okay. Well, why aren't people out in the forest playing Warhammer 40k with sticks, stones, and mushrooms then? They're playing Warhammer 40k because it is Warhammer 40k, because they're interested. You yourself were drawn to Trench Crusade, despite not caring an iota about anything of what it is, because of what it looked like, and here you are arguing that looks are irrelevant, that lore is irrelevant, that what the thing is irrelevant, and only the rules matter. You are a brainlet, sir.
And if you're not playing the game against somebody, just pretend. Like, literally embrace the fucking actual true narrative subtext and just have absolute faith that you're fucking correct, and then you are, right? Isn't that the whole point of, like, what's cool about this entire fucking universe? Also, they're not, Custodes aren't the most popular, right?
The Space Marines, you munchkin.
Orcs are. Aren't orcs the most popular? I swear to God I saw that orcs are the most popular faction.
Brain yourself.
Because how the fuck could they not be? They're orky, okay? What are you gonna go? You're gonna play the fucking Tyranids? Loser. But we just need somebody to buy it so that someone can play Tyranids and then lose because you're a fucking loser. You're playing as a Tyranid, okay? Orcs are orky and therefore based, okay? You won because it's time for them to lose. Otherwise, winning isn't fun. then you can play as the Necrons, right? Because you're a guy that puts on Joker makeup every day before you wake up and go to school that you should have graduated from 3 years ago. And you have a big brown stain coming up the back of your fucking drawers. All right? I know why you play Necrons. You play Necrons because no one really understands what it's like being me. Okay? But all it's based, bros, we play fucking orcs. Why? Because orky, right? Because fucking DACA, baby. Because
I don't believe you play orcs.
DACA. Because we're, right? Because fucking works. And then, like, what? You're like fucking, hear me go gubbins. Hear me go gubbins on him. Don't you all custodians with your boys, but it's got gubbins on him. Fucking, oh, no. Fool, not gonna have gubbins when they get him with me DACA now. Not gonna have gubbins when they get me on me DACA now, is he? Whoa! Who gives a fuck? You're all about to be paste, used to fucking grow glorious orky mushroom so that we can go and get fucking woo on corn again because he needs a playmate and we're gonna work. That's what I want. That's what I.
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I know the perfect thing that this guy needs. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is the thing that this dude words that this dude needs the most. Here, I'll send it to you. Because Jesus fucking Christ, he sounds like a low functioning fucking autist. Here, he needs this.
I mean, I think the head protection is too late. I think that should have been applied long ago. At this point, I think we're past protecting his noggin.
Hey, what? Okay. Imagine being a Tau player. Yeah. When did you show up in fuck? What do you? Did you wear a layered outfit to the fucking Warcraft? What is it? Do you have a calculator for your fucking patrol and shit? What are you doing fucking math over there? You're a Tau player. Got like 17 files. What is this big ass stack of books and shit? Whoa! That's all I fucking need, baby. People are like, oh, what if there's girls in my custodes? Dude, if you want to be a fucking man, play orc, okay? I don't even play the game. You know why? I already won. Because I chose the right team. I went green. That's it. End of story. I want to talk about Trench Crusade.
The declaration of, no, you silly bigot, there have always been female custodies, had the entire fan community raging.
Arch.
Now, a year plus later.
Yep.
Did he? He literally said he doesn't even play the game. He already won because he likes the orcs.
Well, of course. Again, like, this man is the target audience of Trench Crusade, and the future target audience of Games Workshop. As he says, like, I heard the orcs were the most popular, and so I've picked the orcs because they're the most popular faction. He is the definition of a tourist, someone that moves in, picks whatever appears to be popular to him, and then goes, oh, I'm totally here, like, hey, fellow dudes, would you like to, like, meme on the thing you like? He's the perfect midwit consumer.
Yep.
There are no actual female custodians models, hammering home the point that all of this was nothing more than a hollow political virtue signal. People were fed up with Games Workshop and desperate for any alternative, and Trench Crusade was on the scene at just the right time.
Tyler, remember when we took the Spanish PC basketball players guys out to the gay bar and danced all night? Remember that? I was dancing in front of them, and you were like holding them and making out. First off, if I went to a gay bar, no one would know you were there. When I walk into a gay bar, the music stops, but not quite 100%. All of the lights focus on me, and then they stay on me until I've departed the gay bar. Okay? No one knows anything. Basketball players, I don't know. Whoever I saw and wanted to dance with or make out, lucky them. And then I left. And
when are we going to get to the Trench Crusade part of all of this?
Yeah, who knows? I stopped watching at this point because I'm like,
that's all
yeah,
you need to know.
this
If
dude
you were
is
there,
perfect.
good for you. Imagine remembering people from the gay bar. What, are you getting married to someone? The fuck?
And looked just like a 40k alternative. A 40k replacement, indeed, with a grimdark style, and surely everyone thought this setting, with chicks in boob armor and obvious pro-Christian messaging, could not possibly be infected with the cloying smog of current year politics. Yeah, no such luck. The developers have since made it very clear that they are avowedly political. They may war between heaven and hell. There is no clear good. That they will ban people for any politics that are not left-wing politics, and of course, they shed the majority.
Base, welcome people of all walks of life and are LGBTQ-friendly welcoming. People's sexuality, gender are not political, so you're politicizing their statement. That's fucking awesome.
No, but that... Okay, so also, one thing that I do adore about leftists is their adoption of the word based, and the adoption of pretty much everything in the way of right-wing lingo, in fact. This is the faction that goes like dog whistling. Oh, niggardly. That just means you want to be a racist. That's how sensitive they are. Yet they adopt everything of the right wing's lingo immediately because it becomes popular. Because the right wing's lingo is good, it's punchy, it's effective. And so the left just goes like, oh, hey, I'm a massive tourist. Let me have that. And it makes them sound so brain dead. They couldn't come up with a word themselves. They couldn't form the culture necessary to create a word that meant good and in opposition to my politics. So they simply took that word of the right and went, well, shit, we can't come up with anything of our own. We have no cultural or political clout, so based, I guess.
Then wanting to wonder how that looks in this universe is not political. We will not tolerate racism, homophobia, or xenophobia of any kind. Post what you love, not what you hate. No bullying or political topics. Yeah, based. Real world political topics will be removed immediately in our grounds for probation/bans. Yeah, it doesn't even say if it's like strictly left or right. I mean, mostly probably you're right, guys. You guys are racist, right? You're racist. You're a piece of shit. Who the fuck wants to hang out with Archcast?
And there you go. So his initial argument is this is not political. Then 5 seconds later he goes, well, this is mostly a right-wing thing. Okay. So you've said that it is political. Let's assume for a moment that the right is just violently racist. That's their politics, right? They just want to lock up all of the black people and shift them up to Liberia, right? That means it's political. You claim it's political, whilst also claiming it's not political. Now, in this case, of course, the part that I've highlighted, which might be difficult for you to determine, because I'm sure amongst your many sufferings, colorblindness might be one of them. But that is the LGBT-friendly welcoming. People's sexuality, gender are not political. That is an explicitly left-wing statement because they have made these signifiers into political signifiers. They are their shibboleths. LGBTQ is an exclusively left-wing term. It is used by their activists. It is used by their politicians. It is used by their companies to say, hey, we are on your side. The right does not accept LGBTQ as a catch-all term for gays, homosexuals. It is a label applied to go, no, you are on my side, these are my politics, these are the political positions that are associated with this tag. But even if we ignore all of that, you still claim that there is a political position involved due to your own view of the right wing. Intelligence of a mud crab.
Nobody.
And it's just like he also throws out the whole like, oh, who even wants to hang out with Arch Warhammer? It's like, well, I do. Everyone in chat does. All of your viewers does. The 100,000 plus people who are subscribed to you does. The people that we bring onto the Archcast sure do. So no, fuck this dude. Honestly, he needs to just go crawl in a fucking hole and get hit with a rock.
Yeah, but I don't even care about the popularity contest.
No, it's not. Hush. It's not a popularity contest. It's about, like, people who genuinely want to be around you. That's what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that no one wants to genuinely hang out with you and just be friends. He probably sees everything as a business transaction. People really like hanging out with you because you are a fun person to hang out with. If I didn't enjoy hanging out with you, I wouldn't do the visual novel playthroughs that you've been doing. I wouldn't be doing shit like this. So, I know I'm inflating your ego. I know, way too much. But you are a genuinely good person, Arch. At least what I've seen so far. So,
remind me to send you more feed pics later.
Shut the fuck up, Arch. You tell me, oh, I never hear anything good. I never hear anything good from you, Lum. I say something good, you threaten me with feet pictures.
Well, yeah, but because I'm fishing for healing more good things. It's not an actual critique, it's pleading for attention.
I'm going to harm you.
Also, chat, more likes. There's 1,272 of you and only 300 likes. Like buttons are good. You should like it. In fact, I would like it if you automatically click the like button. Just automatically. Make it a twitch. Make it a habit. Yes. Yes. Habit.
Nobody's gonna write fan fiction about you going to the gay bar. They know you don't fucking touch grass, much less ass.
Wow. Fuck. That is indeed a stinging comment. Unfortunately, there's already gay fan fiction about me.
Oh yeah, and also the AI fan art of you and Sargaruni.
Yeah, that's already a little bit too much gay fanfiction of me, but no, I'd prefer to adopt this guy's stance. Nobody would do that, and nobody should do that.
You don't like the fucking party?
God, I adore his laugh. It sounds like a chipmunk on speed.
Oh my
Of
god.
their following on Twitter in a famous move to Blue Sky, the pro-pedo, anti-conservative social media alternative. But these are
I love how he had no objections to that. He just takes that one. Like, yeah, I got nothing.
all things that the developers are trying to keep vague and quiet. Things you will only know about if you're actively paying attention.
He just takes it like the anti-conservative pro-pedo platform, and he's like, yeah.
Yep, that's my platform. What
You
about
got
it?
me. Fuck. Just let that one slide on by.
So a massive number of people, not knowing who they were supporting, or that the developers more than likely hate you, through their financial backing behind Trench Crusade, who had a massively successful Kickstarter, which they were understandably proud of, and talked about in a presentation at Adepticon, where we now begin to close in on the main point.
Mistake number 3. Piss off some huge internet influencers. Many extremist influencers were attracted to the project thinking it was about endorsing their views. We kicked them out with a vengeance. Based! Standing 10 toes down. Why don't you go crawl back to fucking Games Workshop, you fucking simp?
Yeah, it would be cool if they did kick them out with a vengeance, but of course what they actually did was simply close down their Discord, build up another one, and a Discord that I'm currently still on. They haven't kicked anyone else. They ran scared, and then they fled to their fellow pedophiles, hoping that they would embrace them warmly, which they have, all 87 of them.
They set out to attack Trench Crusade as they have done many games, films, and comics with a huge reach and hundreds of thousands of followers. Things looked grim. That is a ... a little ellipses right there, which means there's a but.
Of this video. See, Adepticon is a tabletop gaming convention, and it was with Trench Crusade presentation the last few pieces of my little mental niggle fell into place.
Look.
Partially because they spent
I'm American. My brain functions only on race. I cannot understand that our languages that predates my own.
Twice. Bro, just a fucking racist, man.
quite some time talking about me and demonstrating that they were actively malicious liars as they presented my video, the video where I explicitly explain in detail precisely why people are having a problem with their TOS on their Discord, which forbids all politics except explicitly for left-wing identity politics, which are still allowed.
Those aren't left-wing identity politics. It just says you're allowed to be gay.
You know, he is not going to understand. I have already pretty much explained it, but if it's not left-wing, then is it right-wing? Or is it non-political? But you think that the right is in opposition to the gays, so clearly it's not universally unpolitical. So do the left simply just abandon the gay cause entirely? Is it something that only the right cares about? Only the right is anti-gay and nothing else happens? And he'll then immediately go, no, the right hates gays. Okay. So if you put these two together, you will arrive at the conclusion that it is indeed a political question. Indeed, the entire thing about gay marriage, which you talked about earlier, is about that it was a political point to legalize gay marriage. But I am speaking to a brick.
And you're allowed to talk about if people fucking are gay. You're just pretending you're fucking molding. You're not, that's a centrist take. Gay people are people is not left wing. It's a centrist take. You're just a fucking racist, bro. We didn't hang enough Nazis at Nuremberg.
Are centrists not political?
And also,
why can this man not go 5 seconds without contradicting himself?
this guy just went from political talking point to political talking point without connecting any of them. If you don't like gay people, you're racist.
Well, it's because of doctrine. He is indoctrinated. Doctrine doesn't require you to think about your position. It merely requires you to repeat doctrine and not question doctrine. Which is why something can be in opposition to the people I dislike politically, but yet same time remain unpolitical. This guy who read the Communist Manifesto would probably describe himself as a centrist, unironically.
We should have found extra ones, all right? I know you Norwegians are fucking just riddled with them. You got all them black metal bands and shit doing the fucking Nazi stuff. We should have hung more Nazis at Nuremberg.
Black metal? Sure.
You guys have black metal bands?
We do. We actually have a lot of black metal bands. We're one of the birthplaces of black metal. I wasn't aware they were Nazis, but what do I know?
And we should have unhanged some of them and doubled up. All right? Bring him back to life. I want to send him to hell twice. He's got it coming, all right? Resuscitate that Nazi so that I may hang him a third time. We're going until he hits a level of death that has not been approached on Earth before. That seems inhumane. Yes. I'm not making any excuses. I just fucking hate those motherfuckers. I want that for all Nazis. Like, I think I'm a reasonable guy. You guys suck. No one likes you. You should just die. You're a Nazi. Just fucking die. Like, why the fuck do you keep breathing? You're not good to anybody. All you do is shit stuff up. Every time someone kicks you out of their community and anyone that acts like you, everything gets better. What happened? Why, we fucking just literally burned all the Nazis to death with fucking Molotov cocktails. Did things get better? Immediately. Like, overnight, it fucking rocks. And it stayed good forever until we stopped burning them. And then shit started fucking sucking again. Like, what? So you're just saying, like, anytime you see one, like, punch one? Way higher levels of escalation. No, you gotta fucking completely kill them. Otherwise, they keep coming back. It's like a fucking cock. You gotta burn out nests. All the way. Ash. It should be a fucking strong indicator that every time Nazis show up, if you get rid of them, everything gets better. Immediately. Immediately. I think that we should have conversations. We're done. We had the conversation. It was called World War II. They'll say some shit. It's Nazi propaganda. You kill them and blow up the Reichstag, and then you keep killing them until you run out of Nazis.
Well, that is definitely a centrist take, if I've ever heard one. And very, very persuasive as well. I am sure the Nazis living in your walls are very frightened of you. I think they're terrified, in fact. As for the rest of us, well, I guess we'll just keep watching you have a bit of a spurg.
Which takes decades. You find them in foreign countries and you shoot them in the head at a cafe. They're Nazis. What the fuck? And everything gets better. And if you let up for a second and you permit them to start replicating, they fuck everything up again. We already figured this out. The solution to Nazis is just bullets. What? My favorite American heroes agree. Like, what are you talking? Like, fucking, if you bring up the most anti-war fucking World War II survivor, eh? Go bring me some fucking John Basilone back from the dead. Get me my Audie Murphys returned to life. My fucking Dan Daly's, my Smedley Butlers. Like, hey, is the fucking war machine all it's cracked up to be? Is the fucking military-industrial complex a neutral or good? Well, it's very complicated, but like all those great works. Dude, fuck, just thrown out the fucking window. Nobody likes Nazis. I'll look at it if I want.
With my
I'm trying to find the point where he stops spurging.
You know, it's just like... I don't know, but if I say that a bullet is a perfect solution for all pedophiles, people will say, oh, but this politician, they didn't do anything wrong. It's like, dude, he was part of a ring. It's like, but he's a really good advocate for LGBTQIA plus whatever rights. It's like, dude, fuck.
And like Mark says, can he define what a Nazi is? This man cannot define what toothpaste is. He doesn't know what a Nazi is. He thinks that... how do I boil this down to the level of a 6-year-old paraplegic child? His entire worldview is formed by his doctrine. His doctrine does not have any thoughts in it. He has not investigated his own position. If he had, he would have found the countless contradictions in the points that he's already made. He exists in a world where he has been told the truth. He has not yet thought of questioning that truth. He has simply accepted it. If this man had read Mein Kampf instead of the Communist Manifesto, he would have been a Nazi. That is what this man is. He is a blank slate upon which someone else have imprinted their thoughts. And he would deny this vehemently. I could never be a Nazi, he says. But even during the Second World War and its aftermath, we saw that it was far easier to convert a Nazi to communism than it was to convert one to capitalism. This largely due to the shared roots of communism and fascism, in that they were versions of international and national socialism. This person probably doesn't even know what socialism is. Nevertheless, being able to define what a Nazi is, contrary to an international socialist, contrary to a syndicalist, contrary to a Marxist, a Trotskyist, a Stalinist, a Hitlerist, a Mussolini, Nazis, fascists, etc. He is simply indoctrinated. And as with most indoctrinated individuals who has seen the light, his answer is the most strident one imaginable. It is kill everyone that is an opposition to me. There. That is the lowest level explanation I can come up with off the top of my head.
Can I sell your feet?
Video thumbnail in the background claiming they have no idea whatsoever why people are upset with them, whilst referencing a video explaining why people are upset with them. Okay, pure and undiluted bullshit is hardly a scarce commodity these days, and so not worthy of much reiteration, I
Which is fucking
suppose.
cool.
Let us therefore move on to the point proper. The artist, Mike Francina, stated something interesting in relation to the project like previously.
These are yellow wizards, yellow mages. They are servants of Grogoroth. If you guys didn't know that, Grogoroth, the god of destruction, right? And they wield fire.
That he
I think he's trying to be funny, but that guy's carrying a shield with an image of a saint on it. I don't know if he was trying to be funny or if he was trying to be like, I know a thing. I don't. Is that too charitable a take to be like, I think he's just trying to be funny? Or is it that he's actually trying to be like, oh, I actually do know something about what I'm talking about? It's difficult to tell with these individuals sometimes.
is, and I'm paraphrasing here, simply drawing whatever he wants to draw with no thought spared to what others thought of it or how it all fits together. End quote.
That's so fucking cool.
On the one hand, it is an admirably
That's exactly... That's what I'm saying. He's the perfect midwit audience. He's like, okay, they just draw something random with no idea how any of it fits, and his reaction is, yeah, that's what I want.
It's like, yes, really cool art brings a lot of people, like a lot of people's interest into something new, because people want something cool and new to hyper fixate on. But then people only care about, okay, when's the cool new piece of art coming out? I don't care about the lore. I don't care if this is a game. I just want more art.
He is the child who
Yes.
the keys are jangling in front of his face, and he is staring wide-eyedly at the keys like, whoa.
It's just, it's so stupid. I can't wait for Trench Crusade to just eventually crash, burn. It's a dead project. People can take these cool concepts, the cool ass art, and make it something of their own. Dead fandoms, dead properties have been people have been doing this for years. So it's like, I can't wait till people can just take it as their own and say, nope, that no longer exists. We are making it a new thing.
And again, it perfectly proves my previous argument about his indoctrination, because he was shown a thing and immediately made that thing his entire world. And he doesn't care about any of the additional add-ons, the details, the nuances, the questions raised. All of that just right over his head. It has never even occurred to him to think about that. Right, I'm falling behind. Let me do a couple more of these super chats. On the bright side, we're actually making decent speed because he's not saying anything that requires much in the way of thinking.
Yep.
Where was I? I should start liking these so I can remember where I was. Suffers, you know when Redditors and Mars starts posting about brain rot with holes and that. Yes. Oh, honestly, indoctrination is the perfect tool against the midwit. We simply underestimated how many of them there were out there. Enigma 5648, why would we need Trench Crusade video games when we have Necrovision? I remember, like, we were taught about propaganda and its effect during the Second World War in school, right? And the teachers were like, now, of course, this would never work today. Modern people are too clever to being affected by obvious propaganda. Ah, how wrong we were. Vulture 1066, I have a niggling suspicion that the only people who don't use the word is Americans. Doom 3 Fund, if that still exists. It does indeed still exist. Let's add that to that. Counterstructure 4908. Arch was beaten and has beaten himself numb. I wish. Marine Alva, this is the woke Marine Corps. Like, I am operating at like 6% of my mental capacity right now due to the fucking heat and being stuffy as shit. Zedekai8303, there is nothing more unorky than communism. Dude can't say anything other than the most basic memes. DCV Titan, this guy is a poster child, marine standards having dropped and are just paint chip eating. Carry on Munchers, whose only achievement is saying, I didn't know she wasn't 18 in 16 languages. Shaq Prince 3195, greetings Arch, fired my 300, blackout, dry fuel the other day. Sorry, YouTube does not mention of pew-pews. Blackhawk? Ruger Blackhawk. I have one of those. 357. Super Blackhawk. Cute little revolver. I don't actually own one. Norwegian government. I take that back.
It's a toy.
Yep, it's a toy. It can't shoot. It's closed up. All of that stuff. It doesn't fire.
It's a fidget toy.
Yep, fidget toy.
He needs it for his anxiety.
Yep.
Otherwise, he'll cry.
I do constantly fidget with stuff. That's what I use it for.
I know. I can hear it sometimes.
Urban Person, PARASITE drains the marrow out of the fandom. Lucian the Witch, you are surprised the left-winger knows nothing but theft. Well, no, but I find it amusing that is like the only cultural clout they have now is using right-wing verbiage. So yeah, the left can't meme, they have to steal right-wing memes. All of their own wall word memes, plus titles like SJW, becomes unpopular because their stands are views and are popular. Well, yes, because even SJW was social justice warrior, which is a retarded thing to call yourself. And then the right went, well, I'm not going to say all of that. I'm going to call you an SJW. And that stuck, because that's nice, it's snappy, and it is now instantly, in everyone's mind, connected with the screeching maniac. Coroner, not even 30 minutes into the video, and I feel like my IQ has gone down at least 20 points. May the God Emperor have mercy on all of us. The Legion. But the Legion will not have mercy on you. The DCV Titan, bricks are hard. This guy is more of a rotting turnip kind of guy. Rotting turnips, that must smell bad. Sentinel Rax, what do the Christians within the Trench Crusade setting think about the gays? I have a feeling they aren't viewed in a holy light. I'd be very surprised if they were fond of the buggerers amongst them in that setting. Very surprised. Space Wolf Blackmane 19, hey Arch and Footfish, what did I just walk in on? A tragically indoctrinated person, whom I hope will eventually realize the contradiction in his own ideology and escape from it. Steve, I am 1. Niggling equals racist equals Nazis equals bullets. I mean, that's at least a fairly complicated piece of math. Dark Mega 36, as a Marine, I guarantee this guy is just a fanboy whom never went to war. He's not a US Marine, and calling him one is an insult to my brothers and sisters. I will take your word for it.
He says that he's a former infantryman, so take that as you will.
Well, didn't you say he was a Marine?
Yes, former infantry Marine. That's what he says on his bio.
Infantry Marine. Now, I haven't known that many Marines, but I haven't known any one of them refer to themselves as an infantry Marine. They usually just call themselves Marines, but might be a local thing.
I will read it directly from his little thing. Shut up! I don't want to hear your voice. Former infantry Marine and journalist doing commentary on art, culture, leftist politics, and more.
Journalist
slur.
You know, like the chat says, like, Marine infantry. That would be the correct way, technically. Marine infantryman. Infantryman Marine. Okay, well, if he's willing to lie about being a journalist, I wouldn't be surprised if he was willing to lie about that too, I guess. Probably army. And that was what I was thinking too. Infantry Marine. Surely that's army, right? So he's army, but he's like, well, that'll get me bullied. I don't fucking know. PSU 9611, he is a person that I bet would not understand the oath in Starship Troopers and would not be let into the military. By the way, how much left for curry? About $800 right now, roundabout.
You guys can do it.
I don't think so. It's only about a month left.
Just specify in every single one of your super chats what fund do you want and curry. Because don't forget, Art said you could put your money towards multiple things. So just add a curry for another one.
Tristar Nexus. While I agree that the Trench Crusade approach is lazy and exploitative, Trench never stated it is grimdark, so you can't both declare grimdark and then further declare it failed at grimdark. Well, I mean, do they need to state it? It's filled with grimdark art, very evocative of Warhammer, even the piece we've got on screen right now. It's about heaven and hell warring over Earth, and all of their monsters are like giant mutilated cow beasts. I don't know if you need to. I don't know if they need to declare it to be grimdark. I feel I'm fairly well within my rights to go, yeah. This looks like grimdark. Reverend Norse, everything he said about Nazis could be applied to commies, and should. They offered more than the 40s Germans, after all, and I would argue brought more harm to the world. I mean, I don't think that's an argument. I think that's just an observable fact. Sentinel Rex for 600. And Epiphany. This guy is the same as the nerd in 80s movies that can't stand the jocks are having fun. But the script is flipped and he's not invited. God, if only we could gatekeep these people more harshly. But at least this guy is gatekeeping himself, I suppose. Alex Anderson, he also called for you bad word. Since he called you a bad word and they should be bad worded, YouTube censorship is fun. I mean, yes, but I don't want the guy's channel taken down over being a retard. I'm hoping he'll actually learn the, idiocy of his ways at some point. Reynalva, the worst is he's a Marine, apparently a right-wing hating on Hassan and Vorsh, but basically a TDS Republican. His channel screams jealousy. Oh, that's the mark of a journalist. Zag Skrag, is my memory letting me down, or is this guy's channel like 80% angry rants about Shad diversity? Lam Lam seems to claim so. I don't see how anyone could be angry at Shad. He's a fluffy little guy, but...
I wonder if Shad knows about this dude's channel, since it seems like he has a really, really big crush on him. You know what? I'll send this dude's channel over to Shad, see what he thinks.
Berserker Shad Bear, War of the Beard series. I do want to do that. I genuinely do. Once I finish reading my current books on the Japanese-Russo War and the World War I book I'm also reading at the same time, I think I'm going to reread the War of Vengeance trilogy, because I really do want to do that. Spiky9699996. Arch, eat the curry! But I don't know if I want to eat the curry. I am resisting. And to the curry fun as well. I rate give this guy a pacifier. His clay still needs it and is anxious without something to suck on. Well, that's mean. Dizwiz, I swear Lumi's funding these soy Nintendo face guys is a troll arch. These guys can't be this loony without paid to do so. Lum Lum is seducing them.
Ew, gross. The only reason why I was sent this video, and I was like, you know what, someone's critiquing Arch, I should probably send it to him, because, I said this before when people... I said this before when people were like, Lum Lum, you should watch this video that Major Kill did on Arch. I was like, but I don't want to watch anything critiquing Arch without Arch being here, so he can actually point things out or say this is fucking retarded. And, that went over well. Granted, besides the whole Art showing the screenshot of Major Kill saying the N-word multiple times, full screen, I had to yell at him to take it down.
Listen, YouTube didn't mind. Okay, right. Let's get back to it before I fucking die.
Independent notion, but already I remember thinking, okay, but how will that create a consistent setting? And consistency, of course, make no mistake, is vital. A story is, in essence, a rhetorical argument. You are building a world, and when you are building that world, anything and everything is permissible. You can have flying people, you can have demons, angels, and 16-legged geese waging war on uplifted orangutans in the name of insectoid overlords that fuel their spaceships with baby tears. Anything goes, but once you have established something, it must be sacrosanct, or as near as makes no difference. Little tweaks here and there to improve the overall quality is, of course, permissible, but for the rhetorical argument to remain solid and convincing, something people can get invested in and believe in consistently.
No, this is for, like, fucking simpletons. You're a simpleton. This is, like... I hear this shit when people start talking about writing. Know your place. If you haven't actually even just written anything, know your place, okay, boy? Fuck. This is like a little kid's understanding of how this is. I keep coming back to this is Rick and Morty grade writing. Oh, I really understand. Oh, the story. No, Morty, don't go near him. That's the thing that we can all predict it. Oh, Rick, are we gonna predict the whole thing? Oh yeah, Morty, we can predict the entire show from the start because we're using conventions to make people that don't think critically for themselves comfortable while they watch our shows. Because if they got uncomfortable, then they might start doing anything else. So it's just like crack cocaine. Yeah, Morty, it's crack cocaine. Crack cocaine for the stupid, Morty. Oh no, Rick. Like, that's fucking it, bro. You're just a little druggie. You're trying to get your fucking shit fix of bad stories.
What? What? Dude, it's like the only writing. Well, oh whatever. The only writing that I did was either cringy RPs when I was younger or cringy ass fan fictions, and I could still tell when they're shit writing.
What is his objection? That inconsistent writing is good?
He's trying to say that the type of storytelling that you enjoy is simpleton writing, comparative to Rick and Morty.
Writing with consistency is comparable to Rick and Morty? I've never watched the show, but this does sound like a good endorsement.
I didn't watch more than 2 seasons of Rick and Morty because they kicked out the original writers and shit.
Makes complete sense to me. A fucking genius. You know, you really have to understand Archcast, you have to have something of a really high IQ. I don't think the average person could understand how much he knows about storytelling. He has never told a story himself, but if he did, I'm pretty sure it would be the best story you've ever seen. There would be girls who cooked and cleaned and didn't do anything too scary, but if they did, they would wear sexy outfits so that I would be interested in them and not scared of a bigger girl than me, like the one that put my head in the ground on the playground when I was 5. Which was 30 years ago. Despite
Yes, I know nothing about storytelling. Which is why I have a lore channel. I've made a few hundred, maybe 1,000 videos on. But okay, so I'm hoping that there's some form of argumentation here at some point because I'll grant him this. He's baffled me. I don't know what the argument is at the moment.
the way I talk, Rick and Kuno, fuck you.
Is of the utmost importance. So what though, right? The artist is just drawing stuff, okay?
Okay, so we didn't. All right, okay, so allow me to attempt to dissect this because I'm not entirely sure where to begin with this one. So, my argument is that all storytelling is a rhetorical argument. And he is saying that treating storytelling as a rhetorical argument is shit storytelling. That is the fundament of virtually every single piece of fiction ever created by humanity. That is that is the definition of how we create a persuasive argument, a persuasive setting that has existed since the Greeks invented it. All of it's shit. Okay? Help me, Lum Lum. I don't know how to dissect this. I'm stumped.
I don't know either, but I'm looking at his website, and apparently he published 2 books.
Oh, nice.
And I'm just like, I want to find copies of this, and I just want to tear apart the writing, because just the synopsis, it just makes it seem like a 13-year-old wrote it.
Okay.
Trick or treat.
For this guy's benefit, a rhetorical argument is that is the fundament of storytelling. Like it's the fundament of argumentation. It is the fundament of debate. It is how you create a persuasive argument, a persuasive situation. This has been the fundament of everything since forever. Okay, with the 3 commonly recognized pillars being pathos, ethos, and logos. You build your worlds upon these: emotions, credibility, and logic. If you create a setting like Trench Crusade that leans entirely on pathos to the complete and utter disregard and detriment of ethos and logos, you create a world that is only going, hey, look at this cool thing, Jangle's chain. Whereas the moment you look at it, you go, hold on, this doesn't make logical sense. And if this isn't how it could possibly work, the world lacks credibility. And so you have an argument that is purely emotional, which is basically the left wing's argument, so it's probably why he finds it persuasive. it speaks to only one of your senses. This, incidentally, is of course something that we see in The Righteous Mind a lot as well. The argument that people that are predisposed to being indoctrinated leftist or socialists in general base their value structure entirely on the emotional, completely ignoring the ethos and the logos of virtually any question or situation they find themselves in. Only going, well, this feels right. I like, this makes me feel good, which honestly makes a lot of sense throughout the entirety of this video. His objection to the word niggardly, he even says, I don't actually have any objection to it, but it feels wrong. His reaction to Nazism is like, well, we should just kill all of them, an emotional reaction. Not understanding that logically, that's already kind of happened, and credibility, you going, we just gotta kill people, makes your movement look ridiculous to anyone other than somebody also acting purely on emotions. As you can tell, this is not a persuasive argument, demonstrated by the fact that the left is currently losing the culture war and the political struggle enormously because they focus exclusively on pathos. Okay. Did that make sense, Lum Lum, or do I need to... I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense, but you might need to dumb it down for Tyler specifically. But no.
Don't know if I can dumb it down anymore.
I mean, you could ask ChatGPT to put in marine terms or something like that. I don't
to dumb it down to me.
Yes. No. It makes sense, and also for your, if you have any curiosity, I sent you a link to his website with his books with the synopsises on it.
Okay, ChatGPT, or Super Grok, explain what a rhetorical argument is in a way that could be understood by a complete retard. It might object to me using the word retard.
Probably not. Oh, it's okay.
Now it's going to be thinking for a little while. Okay. A rhetorical argument is like when someone talks or writes to convince you of something, but they're not always using real facts or super logic. Instead, they might use like little tricks to make you feel like emotional, sounding super smart, or repeating stuff to make it like stick in your head, right? It's all about winning people over, like not proving stuff like in math or science, for example. Politicians say, we must fight for our kids' future to get votes. That's rhetorical because it tugs at your heart more than giving hard numbers. That's a terrible explanation, Grok. Because again, you make the same mistake where you focus entirely on the pathos. God help me. But at least that is, yes, we must fight for our kids' future. That is a... Well, that is actually the rhetorical argument. That is a rhetorical argument that it uses one of the fundaments, pathos, with the near complete exclusion of the logos on the ethos. Well, there is some ethos in there because there may very well be a credible threat to kids. This too. Righteous Mind, Jonathan Hayth, spends an entire chapter explaining why politicians that appeal to all the fundamental forms of morality do far better than those who only appeal to a very narrow number of moral foundations, or in this case, narrow groups of rhetorical arguments. Anyways, we could be here forever. Moving on.
It will be up to the law people and designers to massage it all into place. No worries, right? Well, actually, at that same presentation, the developers of Trench Crusade also announced that the setting has no canon. It's stated outright, with no room for misinterpretation, that no one, not even they, literal words of the developers, know the truth of the world, and that anyone's theories and ideas are as valid as the developers.
Based.
This was the final piece that slid into place for me. See, I've been looking at the various things Trench Crusade has created, lore, the art, and finally the world map. The last part was particularly jarring, as it looked nothing like the setting sounded or felt like. I did an entire stream talking about it, as it has countless problems. But the largest by far is that this is not a world at existential war. The forces of hell have achieved practically nothing in 800 years. The Ottoman Turks did a better job of invading Europe, and in a whole lot less time than the endless and unstoppable forces of hell itself.
Well, yeah, because then they wouldn't. Why would there be a society? It's like endless warfare, right? Like no one knows when or why we started fighting. we just started fighting, and then you can just make stuff up.
No,
Dude.
No, we know why we started fighting. We started fighting because the Crusaders found a forbidden book in the ruins of Jerusalem, which opened a gate to hell. Okay, now we don't even need to go that in detail. This is a war between heaven and hell. We fight because we don't want to be raped to death by demons.
It's like, okay, even with the very limited lore that we have right now in the Forever Winter, they still have more consistent storytelling in that game than Trench Crusade does, especially with the whole, oh, you know, we don't have canon, everything you write is canon. They're going to go down the same path as the SCP wiki, where before they used to be super picky, super specific on like what kind of writing style they wanted, or what kind of shit they wanted to be, quote unquote, canon to the SCP universe. But now they just let anybody who can type 3 words just be like, oh yeah, this is my SCP. Yeah, so this doesn't make any sense, but yeah. It's like, okay, accept it, I guess. Oh my god. I hate this dude.
Okay. But again, like, making up whatever you want, yes. And if you can make up anything you want, you don't have a setting. The setting doesn't exist because you can make up literally anything you want. I can simply say that there is no war. It doesn't exist. It's only the force of Christianity going, oh, there are demons over there, to trick people into thinking that they need to, you know, be avowedly Christian at all times. Simultaneously, I could then send in the next breath that, oh, no, actually, you see, the demons are the ones controlling the church, making people say that, pretending to be fighting the church to mind control people. And then in the next sentence go, oh, but actually that's a plot by God to increase faith in him. You can make up anything, at which point you don't have a setting. Especially when even the people who are supposed to know the gospel truth, the creators themselves go, yeah, all of that is true. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. There is no war in Trench Crusade. There is war everywhere and nowhere. That sound, like, that is actually a Rick and Morty setting, as you say, where like, oh, I am so smart, this sounds really clever. Everything is true and everything is false. But that means that nothing exists.
And also, it's like, how do you expect people to write things for your setting if they don't have any hooks to go off of? Because that's how a lot of, like, really decent fan theories and stuff start cropping up with, like, a little more obscure storytelling. Because there's plot hooks that people will just hang on to for dear life and be like, okay, but this is what's possible. It could be an interesting thing that happened, blah, 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 blah. Some developers, some storytellers, if they like the idea enough, they will add it to canon. Or other people are just like, if this is a little open-end storytelling, we'll leave that up to your interpretation type of thing. There is a difference between your interpretation and we don't have jack shit, have fun.
Oh yeah, because again, if you don't actually have a canon, if you don't have a setting, if you don't have any of these things, if you don't have something to rest upon, you can't write a story because, well, how the fuck are you supposed to know what you write? You can't write about a person because everything is real and everything is fake. You can't write about a city because you don't know where that city is, where it is, how it works, etc. You need to actually know a thing about the setting to write about it. Hell, it's a self-defeating idea, isn't it? If there is no such thing as Trench Crusade, how can you possibly say that you like Trench Crusade? What are you basing that on? Like, wow, pretty pictures. Like, oh, good. Anyways.
That's the point. It's like he's missing. That's better. You understand? That's better. What they're telling you is, here's a rough accumulation of this shit. You can put it all together any way you want and do anything with it. Here's the fundamental rule. That's a developer toolkit. You fucking idiot. I don't think I have to watch too much more of this. They're giving you a developer toolkit so that they can simplify the storytelling process so much that you can basically put up a campaign of whatever you want. So that you don't get stuck up on some fucking mouth-breathing dipshit like you trying to fucking lore hog somebody at the table. Well,
Well, no, because you can already make up whatever you want. That's not the point. But you make up whatever, because you could make up whatever you want right now. You could invent your own setting from scratch and nobody could stop you. That's a freedom you have. You can run whatever campaign you wish from the comfort of your home. Nobody's going to stop you. Nobody's going to have the ability to stop you. But if you are going to do a campaign in Trench Crusade, you have to put it in Trench Crusade. Otherwise, it's not a Trench Crusade campaign. You wouldn't be interested in it. Why would you even play a game in something that doesn't exist? Like, again, it's the same reason. If this is true, why don't you go out into the forest and play a game with sticks and mushrooms instead? Again, like, nobody's stopping you from doing whatever the fuck you want. It is that if this is true, that nothing is real, then again, you have no setting. You can't build upon anything. Because anything you build upon, whatever the developers declare, whatever they do with it, will be moot and irrelevant. It has no basis. And again, if all you care about is the art, and self-declaredly so you have no interest in ever playing it, well, then you can just make it up. In which case, you have no commitment. You have no stake in it, so why not just fuck off and leave it to those who do give a shit?
Oh, I don't know if you know this, but actually, the custodes all are girls and have gubbins, okay? Soft gubbins to touch, that's not okay. Like, no one likes people like you. You're a fucking repugnancy. You shouldn't breed, and you shouldn't have ever existed. It's a mistake that your parents gave birth to you, because you just shit the world up by your literal, every thought you have is counter-indicative of benefit to anyone else on Earth. This is actually the best shit. Okay, what did you do? I bought a kit, and I can do anything with it. Well, when has that ever done anything for anyone? I don't know. Have you ever heard of Lego? Legos is blocks. This is other whittle into sweet pieces that can be assembled however you want. But
see, now that is actually an excellent argument for my position, because Legos aren't blocks. See, the amusing tale about Lego is that initially the idea was to create just colored bricks, right? And then creativity would take over. This failed. This didn't sell at all. Nobody wanted it because, like, God, but why would I want these little bricks? What kicked off Lego was Lego sets. It was going like, hey, look at this. This is a knight. This is a castle. This is a pirate ship. These are things. And you're like, oh my God, these are things. And that's what Lego has done since then. That's why Lego now has collaborations with basically everything from Marvel to Fortnite to DC to Lilo and Stitch, etc. Because this is what sells. Colored bricks do not sell, as evidenced by the fact that they only actually sell colored bricks in a handful of specific locations. Like, you got to go out of your way to get just a collection of colored bricks. What they sell are Lego kits. And in that case, they're not selling the Legos. The Lego isn't the selling point. You don't buy the Avengers Tower because it's Lego. You buy the Avengers Tower because it's fucking the Avengers in Lego.
You know, I love how you just ignore the part where he just says that you were a mistake and you shouldn't have been born.
What is the opposite? Am I going like, nah?
I know, but it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. This dude is literally probably one of the most insufferable, intolerable little pieces of shit that I have ever seen online. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. At this point, he's worse than fucking Major Kill. This dude should not get any iota of fucking attention. I hope he fucking fades into obscurity. I hope his books fucking fail. And just, oh my God, I hate him. I fucking hate this man. Dude, fuck off. Jesus fucking Christ. I can say several TOS breaking words, but I don't want to risk your channel.
This is why you need to bring a woman along to confrontations, chat, because they're far more aggressive than the rest of us. Like, there's no real point. Like, his entire tactic is ad hominem. That's all. His argument so far has been, we should kill Nazis, ad hominem, and nothing matters.
It's like, I know that you, well, granted, this is just all men, but you guys are just like, you know, find the logical points to, fight back on blah, 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 blah. And yeah, that's probably why you bring me on, because I am the emotional person. I nitpick every single little fucking thing this retard says. And it's like, dude, I know that you guys are like, the usual shit of I'm told I shouldn't have been born. That shit is, who cares? That's nothing. But no, people shouldn't be fucking saying that to each other, dude. Like, no.
That's exactly
Honestly,
the fact. Like that only reduces him. He has no effect on me. And to be fair, credit where credit is due, Major Kill had more arguments in his video than this guy. At least Major Kill had a theory. It was wildly inaccurate, self-evidently so, but at least he had a point.
Yeah, Major Kill had false arguments, very retarded arguments, but arguments. This dude admittedly said he only watched one video of Arch. Probably has no idea who Arch is outside of things that he probably heard about Arch, or, oh, Arch is boring to listen to because he uses words I don't know. Me. I don't care. Like, just... Yeah, I would have rather rewatched that Major Kill video at this point.
Right side, we're getting to the end.
But they're not blocks. It's not Legos. They're giving you a fucking Lego kit to put together your own story so that it's yours. You can just probably do the skirmishes, however they have that together, if it's fucking minifigs, whatever. And then if you and some friends want to have some big campaign, you are just put in a position where there's fundamental backstory, just a little bit of a tailing to the character.
Hold on there, my boy. Hold on there. Hold on. But again, if nothing matters, that doesn't exist. What you just said, if there's just no, the fundament isn't there. I've declared that the whatever fundament you're thinking of doesn't exist. In fact, it's the opposite of that. And my opinion is the same as the developers. I have the developers' word, the God-given truth, that whatever you're about to say is wrong. That is the issue. That is the problem. And if that is the setting where there is nothing, then there is nothing. And then you yourself go, oh, but there has to be something there. Otherwise, yes, that is the point. That is the fucking point. You aren't playing in the woods with fucking mushrooms because you like Trench Crusade, or in your case, the art. You're playing 40k because you like 40k, not because it's Barbie. Fucking brainless.
That can be ignored if you want to ignore it, and then you can put it together any way you want. That's the point. That's like actually fucking based of them. There is no set canon, so you can do whatever the fuck you want. And they can avoid the fucking horse shit from the last 40 fucking years of me hearing you mouth-breathing, pants-shitting fucks, you stink bombs that ruin every fucking comic shop you walk into, the 3 or 4 of you from the fucking Eltingville Club that don't know to shut the fuck up, sit down, and never open your fucking unwashed sucks again, whine and piss and moan about, I don't know if you know this, but the elves of Arendelle would not have white hair with gold streaks in them. They wear ears made of Chronos Manikith, which is a special type of amethyst only found on the 3rd level of Bawa. That is a place that was established in the 4th century. Like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you're upset about being gatekept. I mean, I'm sorry that you don't know as much as other people, but again, that doesn't stop you from enjoying it. You're just being the filthy little shit going, I don't want you to enjoy this thing in the way you want to enjoy it. You shall enjoy it in the way I want to enjoy it. No.
It's just like, this dude probably tells people, oh, go get a fucking hobby. The people get a hobby, they get interested in the hobby, they learn about the little niche things in that hobby. Then he'll come back and say, oh, you're a fucking loser for liking this shit. Go find something else.
How dare you know about that?
Ugh.
Don't you understand? I don't like that you know about that. I don't care about that thing. Like, okay.
Loser? Trying to fucking have fun. Fucking dork? This means a lot to me. What does it mean anything to anyone else? And you're shit. And you're a fucking cancer. So if this attracts you, it's better to get rid of it. Because you're a fucking cancer. You suck. You're a bunch of fucking self-absorbed misogynist Nazis. What? You fucking are cancer. No one wants your fandom. No one wants your fucking money.
Oh, just the usual ad hominems. It's a dog barking. Ignore it.
We're all trying to figure out how to get you guys uncoupled from everything because you suck. You're a fucking cancer. I'm a guy that creates shit like this. I made my own card game. If I found out Nazis were adopting a single thing about my card game, I would consider destroying it. Because
don't worry.
Well,
I don't think anyone knows about your card game. Actually, I am making my own card game too. But I don't really tout that as a particular achievement. I make my own lore setting. I like making my own fantasy and sci-fi setting.
Dude, any retard can make a card game. It's not that fucking hard.
Better yet, let's plug it a little bit. We do have a fair bit of art being made for the setting now. Art that I do think looks pretty nice and pretty evocative of the factions in question. They're coming along pretty well.
Oh, that looks so cool.
Getting weapons, houses, and again, this is following the hiccups style of a rhetorical argument. All of these things exist for a reason. None of these things are simply just made out of nothing, because you can't create a very good setting by doing so, as was demonstrated by one of the best pieces of literature ever, for example, Lord of the Rings, which is the perfect example of why you build a setting, a universe, and then you expand it into a story, instead of making a story first, and then creating a setting surrounding the story. Because constantly, as you're developing these things, you'll come up with new little, and I know you dislike this word, niggles that go, all right, that's a good question. How do they eat? What do they eat with? Would this guy use a knife and fork? Would that be congruent with their personality, with their temperament, and so on? As this then allows you to create a world that is deeper. And some people enjoy more depth than the casual fling at the local gay bar, I suppose. Anyways.
I'm still partial to the puppy mech.
The puppy mech is adorable, but it's a transport vehicle, Lum. It fires things. Can't just call it a puppy.
I love the puppy mech. It's adorable. I want to put stickers on it.
I don't see why you're being so mean to the puppy mech. It is a fearsome war machine.
It's adorable. I want to name mine Timothy.
Because fuck your joy. You deserve to hate yourself alone until you die. You're bad people. You're fundamentally unsuited for existence. You are not cooperative to the human experiment. Even now, you can't see why this is good. It's so that the product can exist outside of the auspices of the company. We made the things. We think they're cool. And we want you to do whatever the fuck you want to do with them. And we want to make money making the cool things. This seems like a fucking harmonious arrangement. And it is. Their fans like it and they like it. But you don't consent. And you have to fucking try to ruin it. While they're doing something without you because you don't feel invited. Because you're not. Because you shouldn't be. Because you're a cunt. You're a cancerous rat. You're a disgraceful evolutionary dead end. You are a chromosome extra that should not be. You are something that should have, in the common parlance, run down your mama's ass and ended up as a fucking brown stain on the mattress. You are a fucking accident. Stop trying to involve yourself in stuff. Just die in silence, bagging groceries, or doing some small thing to benefit the world. Dig ditches, lift rocks.
I am significantly richer than you.
Maybe be a doctor or something, but stop talking to people with your fucking disgusting, horrible fucking borrowed accent. You rat fuck. Perish at your own hand. Or by.
That's all I'm going to say.
Wow.
Because I know that'll trigger him a lot more than any stream of nonsense.
The hand of time itself. But please, for the love of God, stop interacting with people. God, I fucking hate you motherfuckers.
And with all of the bits now in view, I came away with the distinct impression that it was all wrong. It didn't fit. Nothing harmonized or made sense in context with the other bits of the ingredients. The heretic navy rules the sea, the setting says, even as the heretics command no visible stretch of coastline capable of supporting the construction of capital naval vessels that wouldn't sit within easy range of Christian air forces. And, well, building a dreadnought is hard enough in and of itself.
Ah, we finally arrived to the hook. Okay, so this is the strongest part of the entire video. This is what he picked out to be the teaser, the thing that would grab you and pull you in and make you sit through the next hour. Okay. I'm looking forward to this.
Building one while getting pounded by jet.
You're a fucking loser, dude. You're a fucking loser for saying that. For saying that. For saying that, you're a loser. Raw. You're a fucking loser. Like, fuck you, nerd. What the fuck? Oh my God. You're the guy, put your hand down. It doesn't make sense to me. Why would it make sense to you? Is it the entirety of the setting? They said canonically you can change whatever. Oh, was that not supposed to be there? Is it a mistake? Are there options that you could take advantage of on the fucking field? That's the game. You're showing a fucking snapshot of two people. One person's jumping in the air and you're going, I don't know if you noticed, but it's impossible to hover in the air. This photograph is very deceptive. It shows one man standing on the ground and this other man hovering in the air. That's not possible because people can't fly. We're not birds. I don't know if they thought of this before they shouted. I would be very embarrassed. I would be very embarrassed by this. That's a little crazy.
I would be fucking embarrassed by this too.
Oh my fucking... It's like, okay, I hope this dude never fucking reproduces, and if he has a kid, I hope that kid hates him as much as Destiny's Sons hates him.
That's a bit much, Lum Lum.
No, fuck him. The way that he speaks about other people, no, fuck him. He doesn't deserve an ounce of love in his goddamn fucking life.
But Jesus Christ. That's a bit much.
No, it's not enough, in my opinion.
It's a little crazy that you showed a picture of someone floating in the air. Time does not exist outside of when I see it. I have no object permanence. I am simultaneously 4 years old and also 42. Fucking bro. Oh my god. No, fuck this. Fuck this, dude. End it. That's...
Oh, okay, so there was enough. Oh my fuck. I expected him to... Okay, no. All right, so this guy claims to be military, right? I am not entirely convinced I fucking believe that, but he claims to be military, right? So I was expecting him to go, okay, this is like the coastline of Africa. You could produce something here. You could produce dreadnoughts. You could produce warships. Maybe you could make it in the Iranian Canal, for example. Maybe that would be sufficiently sheltered from incoming enemy air raids that would then need to travel over hostile territory. Maybe some argument about intercepting forces, that the demons would have superior aeronautical technology. Or even just simply, I don't know, saying something stupid, like, oh, they don't have jet bombers, despite staring at the picture of the jet bombers. Something. I was expecting something from a person with an actual military education, instead of simply going, well, I don't care. Like, that's the entire point.
Arch, I have a feeling this man has never been off base.
Quite possibly, but... Right. Let me just boil this down to the absolute simplest conceivable principle, right? You're saying, I want to enjoy this thing a certain way. Okay. I'm saying I want to enjoy this thing a certain way. And you're then going, no, you can't enjoy it that way. That's wrong. That's your position. And then you're critiquing me for saying this doesn't work. I'm not saying you can't make up whatever fuck you want, because I can't stop you from making up whatever the fuck you want. I don't have the authority to do that. Something so utterly self-explained, I can't imagine verbalizing it. What I am saying is that this setting has declared that there's nothing in it. That nothing is real, nothing exists. That is not a good fundament for a setting. And the entire reason I'm arguing this is because my final point, which I'm presuming you'll never get to then, is that this is tailor-made to appeal to, well, stupid people, weak-minded people who are endeared by key jangling, but that's not me. That's not the majority of tabletop gamers. And they are currently appealing to the majority of tabletop gamers. They are saying, we are a tabletop game that is creating a tabletop product. We obviously have a grimdark aesthetic. They're presenting themselves in a way that is misleading. And once you look at what they are presenting and how they are presenting it, it becomes self-evident that this is intentional. At least we're spared another 15 minutes. That's nice. Well, thanks for that. Lum, grown it, chat. I'm going to go put soda in fridge. Hot.
Okay. Hi, chat. And also, I don't think this is a waste of time of watching, because 1, it's fucking funny. 2, this guy's a loser. And 3, just... Once again, we are proven that the people who try to say that Arch is a bad person is probably on the lowest rung of critical thinking that there is to fucking exist. 1, it's like we seen Major Kill on where he's just his arguments were just based off of lies. And then we have this dude. Like, honestly, at this point, I think Arch would want more intelligent haters. Because at least I should feel a little type of challenge when it comes to in terms of argument. Chat like angry lum. Ugh. It's like I get defensive over my friends. I really do. And it's like hearing people say shit about I'm gonna sound fucking gay for saying this, but seeing people say shit about people that I care about just pisses me off. It's like, will I let people say like just a dumb retarded shit about me? I don't really give a shit. But I don't know, when it comes to people that I care about, I don't like hearing shit like that.
And I'm back. And on kick to a light feather, this guy is trying to be another Destiny. No, Destiny's actually smart. Like, Destiny is a rage-baiting troll, absolutely, but Destiny is intelligent. Destiny can make an argumentation, and he understands what an argument is, how to build it, how to make it persuasive. He understands the theory, the politics, and the ideology behind all of this. This guy is just screaming.
Yeah.
I'm going to defend Destiny
Can we get
on that
smart
one.
people that hate you, just so it's at least a little easier to not just make fun of?
Well, chat tells you like Destiny, smart. Oh yeah, no, he is. He's a very intelligent person. The thing is that you might disagree with what he says. I do as well. But no, he is smart. You can watch him like he's debating people whilst playing Factorio. Like that sounds like, oh, that's not. That is fucking hard. Okay, Factorio is a game that already requires a fair bit of mental activity to know what you're doing when you're doing, etc. To do that whilst having a debate with someone who is also a debater, no, he's genuinely intelligent. You should not listen to his relationship advice, which he continues to give. But the man is smart. But if he, that was also good, right? So Keto, if he was intelligent, he would make better life decisions. Well, that is actually one of the points. So when I'm saying smart, I'm saying he's good at speaking. He is good at debating. He understands how to. And I do believe he genuinely believes the things he is talking about. Now, whether or not that translates into good life decisions is different. And whether or not that is based off intelligence. The man's life decisions are questionable, seeing as today, well, he's basically trolling social media with dead kids jokes. After that one tweet took off, where he was mocking the flood victims, he just kept repeating the same joke over and over again, like, dead kids. Like, at that point, it's so obvious that he's just like, please, attention. Somebody, pay attention to me. Somebody, be outraged. But, yeah, screaming. Still, the thing is, I continuously argue to other people that they need to stand up to themselves. I've argued it for Dev for ages, and he finally is. I argued it to Rima. I've argued it to Lum Lum. Because it is a good thing to do, but the thing is, as the person who has to defend themselves, I didn't want to sit through 2 hours of a guy just screaming. It's not a generally comfortable position to be in. And Lum Lum is right. If there at least was arguments, then there would be something intellectual to gather from it. Like the debate I had with that weird dude with the pedo mustache ages ago, whose name now escapes me. At least, like, he stumped me on one question that then made me think about that and learn better of that question. At least that was a beneficial experience on one point, you know? This, I'm not leaving this experience any richer. Right, let me read these then. Dizwiz, what's the curry thing you're always talking about? Don't you think it's too much stimulation for boiled potato enjoyer? I do think so. And that's why I set the goal at $5,000, and chat still hasn't reached it, so hopefully I'll still be safe. DCV Titan, read that one. Mr. Wolfgram, 4126. What percentage of Marines would have left-leaning viewpoints? Some, I'm sure. I mean, I would presume. I wouldn't wish curry on anyone. Exactly, you're a good person. Wobbles do, March. I can hear your blood pressure rising with every word he says. House campaign, curry.
No, that's not Arch's blood pressure. That's mine.
Yeah, I think that's probably closer to Lumlum's blood pressure, honestly. Skabrushka. This and my previous super chats belong to Curry. You have a weird name. I'm going to deduct money from that. Santum, this reeing man-child has no internal monologue. No dialogue is happening in that noggin of his. He opens his mouth and random noise spews forth. I have other words to say, but YouTube. Now, that is a fascinating thing, and I genuinely do believe that not having internal monologue is actually probably legitimately the explanation for a lot of leftism. I would love to see a study on like internal monologues, the ability to see pictures, the ability to imagine hypothetical scenarios and political beliefs. I would love to see that study because I bet it would be fucking fascinating. Also, like the stream more chat. There's like double as many of you in here as there are likes. Hurry. If you reach 1,000 likes, I'll do something stupid. What can I do to encourage chat for 1,000 likes? Do jumping jacks? That'll make me sad.
You gotta do jumping jacks with your webcam on.
Oh, that would be weird.
You could be like one of those Twitch thoughts where it's like, all right, I'll do jumping jacks for you guys. Just let me get this much money.
Oh, I hate that. I rescind my offer. Maybe we could have a fund that is dedicated to likes, so that if chat reaches 1,000 likes, that fund gains like $100 or something.
I mean, we watched the last 15 minutes of the video. If the stream gets to 1,000 likes, you add $100 to the curry fund.
Yeah, but I don't want the curry fund to succeed, so that's not a good idea.
Okay, but then not the curry fund, then 1,000 likes, and then I'll put up a poll for what was it? The New Vegas fucking thing. The one that wins the poll will get a boosted $100 on it. I don't know.
But that's unfair.
Then for Alien Isolation, I don't know. I don't know what funds you have going on right now. What about My Little Dictator?
My Little Dictator is funded.
Yeah.
Horse Girl game. The Horse Girl game.
Yeah, you have to spend $100 on the Horse Girl game.
On the Horse Girl game, God. At Gundam Chief, military has MOS, military occupational specialty. Specialty jobs learned in Soy School of Infantry. He's a basic infantry marine like FPSMC, who do all the breaching, recon, etc. So he claims. Okay, that makes some more sense. Although, infantry marine. It just sounds weird. I haven't been in the Marines. I don't know what they call themselves. I've just never encountered a Marine who called themselves an infantry Marine before. If anything, hold on. I mean, is this what I think about? What is it? Hold on, let me see. School of Infantry. Let me remind myself. School of Infantry.
I mean, I know we have some veterans in chat, so they probably know.
Yeah. I thought this was what was basically called rifleman.
You ignorant slut.
Yeah, I thought so. Now, not as in rifleman in the old-fashioned sense of having a rifle, but that was the general terminology used for the role. Again, I don't know. Stephen Knizek, in the Arch Cinematic Universe, is D&D Crusaders canon? I hope not. I don't want to be reminded of the island and the silver mine and the siege alligators with the ladders. I don't. I don't. Mr. Sandwich, force of hell are invading Earth. Looks inside. Turkey is occupied. Curry Foot Fund. Ah. Lum stepping in the curry first. That's at least another $5,000, and with half the time to raise it.
That would also mean he'd have to pay for my travel over there, too.
Yeah, but we can put you in economy for 8 hours. I'm sure you'd enjoy that.
8 hours? That ain't bad.
Sentinel Rex, why not play baseball on a soccer field with golf clubs whilst wearing formal attire? Because then you wouldn't be playing anything recognizable. That is probably a more effective euphemism. Is that word? My English is cutting out on me. That might be more immediately recognizable to the man, yes. Why bother? Yeah, no, actually, see, now that is something beneficial. That is something to take away with. A sports metaphor might be more relatable to this sort of person. Why are you playing football? Why haven't you changed the rules? Why are there any rules at all? Why is scoring a goal counted as a goal? And he was like, well, it's just like kicking balls in a circle. Okay. But then you don't call it football, surely. You'll call it kicking ball in a circle. Because otherwise other people would be confused. Like, oh, we're out playing football. Oh, great. Who won? Well, nobody actually wins in football. Huh? How many goals did your team score? Well, we don't have teams. Yeah, sports ball, yes. That is a good point. I'll try to remember that. A more relatable euphemism. Sandum, I agree, Lumi. I genuinely hate this guy. I'm not going to hate my opposition for making themselves look like terrible human beings. If anything, that seems very desirable.
No. You don't have to hate them. I'll hate them for you.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Lum.
You're welcome.
Marine Elva, he's a boot. Plain and simple as that. Boot. So on the Lich, did the Devon containment electrified fence fail and all the misshapen copies crawled out and started making YouTube commentary channels? Possibly. No, this isn't the Dev knockoff. This is somebody who watched left-wing commentators and then started doing the same thing, but they don't really understand much about what they're talking about, and so they simply just, scream at the camera for a bit. I mean, I had a period of that too on the Lodge where I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was really hyped up about doing it, so we all have moments of retardation. City Titan, this guy has a second channel called Easy Side Taylor, where he goes over no.
Next Sunday video?
God, no, I am, no. No, like I have defended Starship Troopers from a lot of people because I adore Starship Troopers and it is so thoroughly misunderstood. I don't want to see this guy's take on Starship Troopers. God help me. There would be nothing of substance, nothing whatsoever. The entire video could simply be summed up as, there's be Nazis, in space, and the Arachnids are like Palestine or something. No, that's giving him too much fucking credit.
Okay, so we'll start the fund for watching his Starship Troopers.
Don't encourage them. Fuck. Oh yeah, but for curry, yes. Let's eat the curry instead.
The fact that Arch would rather eat the curry than watch that, you know what? That says a lot. It's beautiful.
Yeah, no, he... Oh, God help me. Kale of Night, bad Lum. Yes, bad Lum. Don't engage in the pathos, curry. Martinez, Lego sets have a finite way they can be assembled. They have a great balance of freedom versus guidance. If the blocks have no studs and they just went figure it out, then it would be Trench Crusade. That is a good metaphor too, yes. where the blocks don't have any teeth, and it's just like, well, what do you want from me? Just stack them up, I guess. Now, our word, this is why George Lucas actually ruled back in the day. He said, this is my universe, and you can build off that, and the EU was born. Yeah, no, exactly. Because that's fine. Creativity, adding to things, speculating to things, creating your own thing, entirely fine and desirable. But at the end of the day, you must have a canon. You must have a Bible. Otherwise, you have nothing. Urban Burnson. So, can he bring forth an actual argument, or is he just going to spew insults? The latter, as it turns out. Mike Merchant. Hi-ho, it's off to claim a game we go. Curry. That's not a video game. The DSV Titan. Also, this failure wrote a pair of books. I'm sure they did very well. Hoog, this guy's projecting really hard. One suspects. Anime document, ahoy! 6 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. Samurai Knight, I love Puppy Mech. Also Curry and Go Team House. House is gaining traction today. Although the Legion isn't too far behind. Lembas is basically a Peshwari naan. Curry. No. Lembas is the exact opposite of curry. Lembas is just a biscuit. Biscuits are good. Curry is bad. There's a very, very clear difference between the two. Now that we have shown people Puppy Mech, I must show other Puppy Mech. Where is Puppy Mech? Where's Puppy Mech UAC variant? We have a bit too many mechs that could... Ah, there we go.
Oh, it's so cute.
You can sit up and dance and stuff. Look at it. Oh. Oh. He can tilt.
It is so fucking cute.
I don't want
Again,
it to be cute, though.
I just want to throw stickers all over this thing.
It's not supposed to have
What?
stickers on it. It's supposed to be cool or something or something.
You ignorant slut.
As a Noxon, literally just non-stop insults. Largely. Majoritively. Zedekai Eltingville Club was a mistake. I don't know what that is. Next swordsman, he is clearly part of the special forces, but not the military. Brandon, you are judged by the quality of your enemies. How does this make you feel, Arch? Bad. Very bad. Alessandro Rodriguez, Arch, give him the full treatment. Your country gives you more. You inherit more. You earn more and have more. Values, principles, and money. Gorbs, so to sum up this guy's entire counter-argument to the video, you poo-poo head. Yes. Or, well, he did use a lot of words. He was quite creative with his insults, if nothing else, so you poo-poo doo-doo pee-pee head. 242371155 says, guys is projecting so hard. And Curry. Or Curry. I don't like that we've gotten the Curry fund up a bit today. Centralized 460. Yeah. Profit from this is a reminder that there is no talking to these people and that we should carry on despite their bitching and moaning. They're impotent. Well, yes. If you want an example of a case in which dialogue is utterly and completely pointless, this would be one of them. I need something to disable the puppy tank vibe. This is not good, because this too looks a little bit...
Oh.
And a medical drone. Look at it, it's got a face.
Oh, it's a little spider drone! Oh, is that a smiley face on the front? Oh.
You know, the inspiration for these things was supposed to be insectoid. Not cute.
There's a little smiley face on the front, though. That is adorable.
That's because it's supposed to have a little hot smiley face on the front.
Oh.
In fact, most of them had little smiley faces on the front these days.
Okay, see, this is so cute.
I don't like the term cute. Although I do like, this is my personal favorite, because it looks like a leg, and you've got the little AI going like, hey, shoot those people over there. It's got a little dumbass arm. I'm pretty sure we removed that in the final design. Yes, we did, but it's cute that it has it there. It's a nice little joke, you know?
Oh my god.
This, incidentally, is what it means to take into consideration the logos and the ethos of a setting, as well as the pathos. Everything is figured out. How does the thing move? Well, it's got tracks. How does it make itself stop from getting shot backwards whenever it fires? It's got, what do you call those things? The little thing that digs into the ground to stop it from moving? It's got those. Although I forgot the name for them now. It has the recoil, of course, to get rid of the force of the explosion. It can reload. It has its own external magazines that will be loaded by the silly little arm. And as for the pathos, dumb little bulb going, I hate those people. Bomb them.
I love it.
Samurai Knight, most leftists have no inner monologue. Also, Kari. Has anyone done studies on that? Because I would love to know. Marielva, so US MC, culture, infantry, grunts, holds prestige as everyone else is a pog. Person other than grunt. Yes, personnel other than grunts. I've heard that one. The saying goes, the Marine is infantry, everything else is support. That's next anyone. News about California, pot farm, human trafficking. Well, of course. If you're going to grow a pot, you're going to do it with slave labor. Otherwise, it'll be expensive. Why, Hayden Arch, you are too nice to bad people. You know, honestly, I think it's the opposite. If anything, I think not yelling at them is more effective. I think that actually hurts their image in the eyes of the audience more so than screeching back. That is what I tell myself.
And that's why he has a tactical defense lum to do the screeching for him.
Correct. Martinez, this and previous one for Curry and NCR. NCR. The DSV Titan Arch skipped chat to direct money to Curry. Skipped chat to direct money to Curry. I am confused. Lucian the Witch, minus a big chunk of money off the Curry fund, Arch. Yes, I should detract money from the Curry fund. Just randomly to her chat. Sandub, the UEI tank makes me think of the GDI Predator. Oh, yeah, we do have actually one of those. Their heavy tank. The heavy tank is one of those a little bit too much pathos of Logos designs because, of course, it's got spinny barrels. Spinny barrels doesn't necessarily really make a whole lot of sense, but they look fucking cool. So we came up with the bullshit excuse that, no. The magnetic accelerator creates so much frictional heat, which is also bullshit because magnetic accelerators don't do that, but it uses plasma or something to create the stable magnetic field. Actually, this does have a certain basis in reality, because you see, the railguns that we've created so far, we have created railguns, but we have been unable to fire one without basically destroying the weapon. So, that is our nonsense excuse that you need to switch out the barrel to minimize the strain on the weapon's barrel instead. Again, 98% just an excuse to have a triple-barreled tank. But I like triple-barreled tank, and so I shall have triple-barreled tank. This is where the pathos comes in.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Mustache anyone? Lumi, the spider drone reminds me of the huntsman spider from Australia, which is incredibly friendly and cute. We should put an Australian hat on it. I would ask you not to file it, so...
I would put a little hat on the spider drone.
Tank Ferret, which is a pretty good name. This guy makes Starmer looks like Einstein. Curry. Again, that's a little bit cruel. Not as cruel as saying that his child should end up like Destiny's, but pretty cruel. Samurai Knight, Spider Drone, heal whatever a Spider Drone does. We need more cute AI with badass tech and vehicles, and add the hands back. Also curry. I'm not going to add it back if you make me eat curry.
I mean, you can add the hand back at your own discretion after Arch's stuff comes out. Be like, okay, the hand is optional, but there's slight disadvantages with adding the hand back on.
Yeah. It gives it plus 30 points.
You ignorant slut.
See, I hoped the spiders would kind of preclude some of the cute stuff, so we even have spider bikes. Centipede, more technically, but...
I would name my spider bike Samantha.
But why?
Because. I don't know. Looks like a Samantha.
Castle Baron 1788, watching stream from the beginning. As a jarhead myself, this blue falcon can go suck starter rifle. And now I need to know what blue falcon means. I'm clearly falling behind on my marine jargon. Oh, right, that was a hero character at some point, too. Huh. Castle Baron becomes a member. Thank you, and welcome, sir. Nightmare Demon, the arch yearns for the curry. For anything but. Alright, are we at an end? I think we're at an end. It is a snitch. Oh, okay. There you go. Well, we were spared the last 15 minutes, as I am presuming it's just going to be shouting for another 15 minutes, in all due likelihood.
I will watch the last 15 minutes later and give you a TLDR on it.
I mean, if he's packed all of his actual argumentation the last 15 minutes, then, I mean, I guess I'll have egg on my face. But I'm relatively confident in that not being the case, so I suppose that's fine. I am willing to take the risk. Okay. Thank you, everyone, very much for watching. Thank you, people watching on YouTube, on Kick, and for everyone who donated as well today. Thank you very much for your super generous donations. Simulation 1158. You should add an option where the tank could shoot all 3 barrels at the same time at the risk of the tank. Was this to Fire Emblem? I mean, possibly. I'm not excluding the idea, but there is one problem with that. Again, ethos, pathos, logos. The UAC genuinely do value human life. That is something they do actually value rather highly, in fact. Their own human life, mind you, as they do also have a rocket launch vehicle that fires rockets that spread white phosphorus in a huge area behind and around it. So, their own human life. So, an ability that would endanger the vehicle and thus the crew wouldn't be a thing they would do. Not unless there were extreme circumstances, anyways. Wing Viper, so is there a rough ETA on your settings, Arch? I keep saying a year. I kept saying that like 2 years ago, but everything takes time.
He's making progress on it. He is making progress on it. It just... it takes some time. But hey, it's nice to see images and everything. I seen some art and stuff on the members only streams that I was able to snipe myself in, mostly because they have editors access to his channel. But yeah, it's all great.
Got a little bit of beginning to get the art up. We've got loads of concept for vehicles and all kinds of cute things. We have many things. It's just that we need even more things to be produced.
You know, it's like I would rather wait a reasonable extended period of time for quality product, a quality setting, instead of no, get this out now. Oh, you're not finished. Nope, I want it now.
Shall consider whipping artists harder. Depriving them of what little human rights they still possess. Dyslexic. No, ordinary. Ordinary Yadonis. I'm about an hour behind. Yes, Marine have infantry. I'm retired Air Force and Army. Guy is insufferable, but Marine infantry is a thing. Well, yeah, that's it. Marine infantry is a thing, but infantry Marine. That's what confuses me. But again, I don't fucking know. Anyways, again, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for your generous donations, and thank you, Lum Lum, for hanging out with me today.
Yeah, always fun.
And we'll see you all again soon, chat.
Bye, guys.
Send Lum Lum fewer response videos.